Oh my God! Why do we have to just adjust everything every day?
Uh-oh. Turn the headphones down. Turn them down.
Well,
until they're adjusted, and then turn up.
All right, there you go.
All right, turning up.
Oh wait, I can't believe Fire Marshal Bill got hacked again. That's very sad. Good visual for one state.
One city.
The psychiatrist who got killed. You look at her face, she looks like Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah.
Wispy hairdo.
I don't think even if she looks like that, she probably didn't deserve to be hacked apart with a meat cleaver.
I'm not saying that this is why it happened, folks. I'm only just making an observation.
Yes.
That, in life, she looked like Fire Marshal Bill. God love her.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the hot skirt?
Skirt? Steve? He just
Sandy
walked in.
Kane. It's Sandy Kane. Who's the piece of ass?
Look at the book in front of you.
Oh.
What's the book?
What's this book for?
That's her book.
Why is this book in front of me?
Because she's the guest.
Ah.
Oh.
That makes sense now. Now it's all coming together.
I thought we finally had a hot listener that wanted to stop by and check out the show.
You knew.
Sorry to the people that have been here. You're all hot in your own way.
Exactly.
Hotties.
So what is she, like a sexpert?
She's a Penthouse columnist. She was a Playboy Penthouse Pet of the Year. She's smoking hot.
Mm-hmm.
She came to the U.S. At age 16 from the Soviet Union as a foreign exchange student.
I make sexy for you.
As part of the slave trade.
And she has a Ph.D. in clinical psychology. And she dated Trump. But
I got a Ph.D. in broads.
She dated Donald Trump for a period of time, and Trump denies it.
Really?
Yeah?
He says no, and she says yes.
Really?
So, she's very lovely.
Penthouse Pet of the Year 2000.
Should we get her in here?
I think so, sure. Let's just check that audio first to make sure we're going over that stuff, right?
Yeah, it was the same feedback.
Well, just say.
Times, so.
What?
Okay, we'll just grab it. We'll play it. We'll just play it.
Supposedly Jane Fonda said cunt on the Today Show.
Says one guy.
One guy? Well, now it's coming in by a few different
Says
people.
you. Yeah, well.
Oh,
They
no.
actually thought it was cunt. Someone had just said Jane Fonda. Get it?
Yes, she's a cunt.
I don't know. Do we really want to?
Yeah.
I mean, well, weren't we waiting for?
Yeah. Come on. There you go.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi.
Wow, you're really like hot.
Well, thank you.
Hello. And your boobies are sticking out.
Well, no, they're not. They're
Yeah,
just
they
kinda,
are.
she's got cleavage coming out. Oh, you make it sound like she's
You can see like side boobie.
side booby.
A little bit of side booby. That's a good thing.
That's a very good thing. Of course it is. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, my mic is not on.
No, it is.
Oh, your headphones
headphones
must
are
be awry.
Yeah.
Fan.
So, you were Pet of the Year 2004,
Yes.
and the book is called Dr. Z on Scoring. How to pick up, seduce, and hook up with hot women.
Gore.
Okay, help.
Help.
Well, you guys probably don't need a lot of help because you know what? You got the gift of gab, and that's something women love.
Whoa, I love the accent.
Yes, the gift of gab.
Yes, good old Russian accent.
It is good gift of gab.
You do a good Russian impersonation there.
Thank you. Sounds like the real people. So you came over from...
I came over from Ukraine in 1989 as the first Ukrainian exchange student.
Really?
And then I
Must have
decided I'm
loved
not
you.
going back.
Wow. What did the family do when you came to the house as the exchange student?
I've been through some dysfunctional host families, so let's just put it that way.
Did the first one you went to, were there any guys in the house your age?
No, it was actually 2 girls and a single mom.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. That sounds okay.
Yeah.
Was that the only one, or you?
No, I've been through a couple because people don't realize actually the exchange students are a lot of work. They
Yeah.
are. So then it adds too much trouble driving
And
around.
setting up all those hidden cameras in the bathroom.
Yeah. So yes, I came as an exchange student. Then
Wait, I have a question. Did you go to any host homes that have like a father? Because that would be like the day after she gets there, the wife just turns up missing.
No,
She went for milk. She hasn't been back. Let it go.
I went through a few where the husbands got a little bit too excited, and then they ended up transferring me to a different host family because the wife's like, I don't like this. It's a little too hot.
Did you get hit on?
Cock-blocking
So I
wife.
actually went through like 6 host families in 1 year.
That's
She gets to the
hilarious.
door, the wife would go, no. Leaves the door in her face.
Just to give the visual, how tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
5'9". But don't have to ask her weight. She's got the nice weight, obviously.
120. Yeah.
120, blonde hair, blue eyes. You got the big boobies. You didn't have them as an exchange student, I'm assuming.
I always was curvaceous. I've always had the curvaceous body going on.
34D?
The 34D.
They must have just shit their pants when she opened the door. It's like, hi, I'm here. She's got her little bag, her little American blue jeans, bringing from Soviet Union.
That was me, yes.
She's there for 10 minutes. They want to marry her to give her citizenship. Like, I'm just saying I would.
Right.
Well, you know,
Just
now
wanna
that
help
you
a girl
mentioned
out.
that,
Yeah.
actually, that's how I did get my citizenship. I contacted an immigration attorney, and he said to me, you know, I
Is his
can't...
name Travis?
No. He said, I can't extend your visa. A student visa is not extendable, but I can marry you. So that's how I ended up getting my citizenship.
So wait, this guy you called, he just offered to marry you?
Well, not then. I went and actually met him. I was an exchange student in Florida, and then I went up to meet him in Philadelphia. He was part of this Ukrainian community. They did pro bono work. And
Pro boner work. It's pretty much more like it.
I knew you'd like that pun.
Yes.
All pun intended. And so when he met me, he said, oh, well, we can get married. So we got married a couple of weeks later in Las Vegas. I was 17 years old.
How long until you had sex with him?
Couple of days.
Nice.
17-year-old
great is that?
exchange student.
And you had sex just to make sure the marriage was legal?
Well, you got to
or-
consummate the marriage, right?
Yeah,
Did you really wanna have sex
we
with
were
this
together.
guy?
We actually, yeah, I mean, he was cool. He was cool. He had a way with women. He was married a few times before, and actually like 3 times after me. So he had
Wow.
he was quite a ladies' man.
So wait,
I'm gonna throw it.
how you could just do this? You stayed married. I'm gonna guess you stayed for 2 years married.
No, I stayed married like 5 years.
Oh, okay. You didn't just leave after the 2 obligatory years?
No, it's not. First of all, it's not 2. It takes a little longer than that. But no, you know, then you can get used to each other and stuff. The problem is he had a substance abuse habit,
Nice.
and a gambling habit. He was an attorney, and one time he gambled $80,000 in one night in Atlantic City. And then I said, you know what, that's enough. And
What's
that's
the
enough.
problem?
You married Anthony Cumia? So that's him, and he's a problem.
That's the problem. I like playing cards myself.
How long before you start having sex with other guys in your marriage? 'Cause it sounds like
a few years into it. I mean, I was young.
Yeah, it sounds like you really weren't marrying the
wasn't
guy
ready.
because you were in love.
You were cheating?
Of course
I
she
was
was.
cheating, yeah.
So hot. God, I love her. She rules.
Yeah, I heard you had a problem with man cow.
Yeah, the thing is, he kind of has the whole ADD thing. Like, he brings you on the air, and then he doesn't talk to you, or then starts talking to you, then he's just, like, he's all over the place.
right.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like, what's the point
Yeah,
of
whatever
me
you're
being
saying.
here?
I hate turning on the line. We're gonna...
I'm outrageous.
Oh, that guy.
So it's like,
Yeah,
you
how
know,
about
it's
you
like
focus?
useless. It's a totally useless. Yeah, he needs Adderall. That's Adderall prescription.
Adderall.
Right there.
Oh, you think he's on the Adderall?
No, he needs one.
But isn't Adderall like liquid? Not liquid. Isn't that the pill form of cocaine or something? that you
Well,
get?
so is Ritalin. I mean, all of them are.
But Adderall
uppers.
gets you the same feeling cocaine does. I just learned this the other day, Anthony.
Did you?
It does.
Yeah.
Well, it's a paradoxical effect. But people who have ADD, it actually calms them down.
Really?
What?
Yeah, it calms them down. I need to calm
I wasn't
them
paying
down.
attention.
So wait, are you a therapist?
I'm a therapist. I don't currently work as a therapist. I'm a Penthouse columnist. I write a column for Penthouse, Dear Dr. Z. And
You get into some dirty stuff in your column,
I get into all kinds of stuff.
like
and
boner stuff. Like you're hoping guys pop the boner as they're reading it?
well, it's more like actually advice.
Uh-huh.
But guys write in all kinds of stuff. Like the other day, this guy writes in and he has a fetish for a woman's toenail clippings. So he's asking, is that normal? I collect women, a woman's
So
toenail
you know you're a
clippings.
freak. Shoot yourself was the advice, right?
No, I'm very,
Oh.
I try to normalize the experience because, different strokes for different folks, literally and figuratively. So,
But don't you think that's just a fraternity or something like pranking you?
no,
There can't
absolutely
be a
not.
guy that's into
That's the-
toenail
Toenail
clippings.
You would be
clippings.
surprised. I've been doing this kind of sex advice for a long time. If you can think of a fetish, somebody's got
Oh,
it.
yeah,
The toenail fetish guy is probably one of those guys that likes a mistress. They're human ashtrays. They're into not having their mouth not mouth spitting. That's too clean. But they're into being ashtrays and having cigarettes
Yeah,
stubbed out in their
all
mouth.
kinds of stuff.
So that's probably what he is. He's like a garbage can.
We got a special case in studio. We invited Jim in. He's addicted to sex.
Okay.
We don't really know much about him, but he's got some issues. and we figured that maybe he could talk to you.
Yeah,
about it.
absolutely.
Well,
Tell me all about it.
I have a therapist, but I just don't know if it's going well. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Wide variety, manic depressive, very tedious.
Well, there might have been a time that he was into some unusual things.
You don't
Okay.
work as like a sit-down therapist anymore, huh?
Not right now. I used to,
Did
and
you?
I might do it in the future. I'm just so busy because I have the book, and I'm working on another book, and I'm
Do you
book
practice in
tour
New
right
York?
now.
Where's your practice?
I live in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I used to
Basically,
work
Jimmy
for
wants to go see you.
I would see her as a therapist, but at a professional level, of course.
As long as she's wearing lingerie.
No, I wouldn't care if
Would
she
you,
wore
would you wear the
snowsuit.
lingerie?
No, that would not be professional.
Yeah, she's professional.
What do you? How much is a therapy session when you were a child? What a therapist cost?
They're usually like $100, and you know the insurance
Full
covers
release?
some of it. No, I don't know about the release. The release you could do somewhere else. At
Oh,
home.
okay.
I might be
wondering.
embarrassed to be to see her for therapy, but I would do it. But she's unfortunately not doing it. What part of Jersey? You don't have to say what town, but north, south.
Wayne, New Jersey.
Oh, okay, that's not far.
Could you tell her what you're into and see what her take is on it, Jimmy? Or I don't know.
Oh, I don't. Well, I've done some odd things, aggressive things. Like I'd like just spanking, and hair pulling and biting
that's very normal.
golden
And spanking,
shower
that's,
and
I mean, those things are actually very common. Believe it or not, something like mild bondage and discipline is extremely popular with most men and women. That's
I'm more a fetishist than a sub or a dom, I guess you could say.
And he's just really scratching the surface. I think your beauty is getting in the way of him being honest.
Well, no, we just don't know each other. I don't want her to never want to see me
Like
because she
I-
thinks I'm a creep.
But I see in the book I talk about like a lot of women have submission fantasies. So something like spanking could be a good thing. Most women actually would very much enjoy that.
Yeah.
Now, when it
Good
depends,
sock
it's
in the
all
face.
it's all a continuum. It depends, what kind of when it comes to bondage discipline, where you lay. But I'm sure there's people out there who would enjoy your type of fetish.
Yes, there are. Anyone who has fiber in their diet. Let me ask you a question.
Oh, boy.
Now, I happen.
nothing, Jimmy.
My nipples are very sensitive to the point where I almost can't function sexually without having my nipples, which I feel bad because I'm having sex with a girl. And she literally has to do it. You ever see Karate Kid when they wax on and wax off? I like my nipples brushed lightly. No pinching. Just light little brushes on the nipples.
Once it brushed.
How do I break that? It's dysfunctional.
Oh, how do you? Well, over time, you could probably desensitize them if you slowly build up the touch from. You know what it is? You got to combine. If you don't want them to be so sensitive. You're saying you want them more.
I don't want my erection to be contingent upon my nipples being flicked. Like I would like to be able to free myself up. I feel like
Right.
I'm fucking a girl and she's laying back and I'm playing with my nipples like a praying mantis, and it's got to be very uncomfortable for her to look up.
And you have to make that weird noise. What was it? You've done it on the show a few times. That
Well, you know what? Actually, nipple stimulation is also very common with guys. But what you got to do is you got to condition yourself during your autoerotic sessions to be able to achieve orgasm without it. So when you're playing with yourself, do you normally stimulate your nipples when you play with yourself?
Yeah, here's what it is. I'm on my back. I'll have, like, a lot of times my right hand will be lubed. This is what I actually, because I'm on the computer, so I'll wrap toilet tissue around the eros so I don't get lube all over my typing fingers so my computer doesn't get shitty.
Oh, wow, very
and
good.
I'll actually just whack, and I have it's so fucking creepy. Because I'm whacking my bag, and I got the left hand dangling on my nipple. It's like a cadaver hand, just flicking the right.
That is so odd,
My
man.
left middle finger is just kind of lightly brushing my nipple. It's almost like I'm on the autopsy table, and like that's all I can do to let it.
Well, that's the thing. What you got to do is you have to during your autoerotic sessions slowly learn to masturbate without nipple stimulation, and it might be harder sometimes. It might require longer for you to orgasm, but that's the way to do it. Is condition yourself during autoerotic sessions. With a woman, it's too hard. It's too hard to break that. Try to do it during autoerotic. See, guys don't realize what they do during masturbation translates directly into intercourse. So the guys that come within 3 seconds, they usually also masturbate very quickly. And
a
that
monkey.
translates. Yeah, so I always tell them, take your time. Whatever you do during masturbation is going to translate into your other sex life.
See, I'm just the opposite. Literally, my problem is, I will, because it's an escape, so I will jack off for hours. Like starting, and like I can hold out for a long time during sex, but eventually my dick gets bored and I lose it. Like I can't just fuck straight through. Like I can't just have regular sex from beginning, just regular vaginal sex, nice sex, and then finish. It's always got to be stop and start, like this really weird masturbatory thing during sex.
Yes, because probably that's what you conditioned yourself to during masturbation. So if you want to learn to actually orgasm quicker, then you have to speed it up during masturbation and maybe try a dry style as opposed to lube.
No, I go dry a lot. Lube is helpful because my dick is desensitized just from, believe me, it's like a fucking squeeze doll. So, yeah, maybe she's right, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She doesn't look too bad naked either. We got naked
my
pictures
God.
of you.
Whoa. Wow.
Are you looking up on Danny.com?
Wow.
Wait, is that DannyAsh.com or Danny Ash?
Yes, it's Danny.com.
Danny Ash is very sexy.
Danny,
she has,
Danny,
different.
DANNI.com.
different person?
Yeah, it's the same person. I mean,
Wow,
that's
you're
me.
shaving into a V, huh?
Yes, V for
Flying
Victoria.
V.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's me.
But so because Danny Ash has big, slow fade nipples. I love Danny Ash. She has giant breasts and
You're
big...
all about nipples, huh? It's like a...
No, I'm actually not necessarily. I like, on a woman, I like big areolas. I think that's very sexy.
Imagine that coming to the door. Hi, I am exchange student.
Oh my God, look at that.
You'd see the guy and his
You can
wife
check out more on my site, planetsvictoria.com.
Oh.
Well, we're going there next.
Yeah.
Now,
Did you ever do any porn or no?
Oh, I've done soft girl stuff. I've never done hardcore.
you want to start?
No, I think at this point, you know what it is? I did it to pay for my extensive and expensive graduate education. So
Yeah,
now
see?
I don't have an incentive to do it.
Did you ever strip in a strip club?
No.
Anthony is not a fan of the Russian stripper.
No.
But she's got a nice personality. You're the first Russian in a while that has...
former Soviet Union, the strippers that came over. It was all about. It was just a cultural shock for me.
Yeah.
I was used to maybe the girl next door kind of thing. Hi, how you doing? And then it just turned into, I make sexy for the money. You give to me the money. I make for you the sexy. And I'm like, no, don't make the sexy.
Well, the thing is, that I gotta admit that Russian women don't smile a whole lot. It's a cultural
No.
thing, and I mean more so now. I think being brought up in the Soviet Union, like you weren't allowed to smile. People are like, "Hey, why are you grinning? What's your problem?"
No,
like,
babushka.
Yeah, so like the first thing when I came to this country, I was like, Jesus, people are smiling. What's up? What's going on? It's a cultural thing. And it's
Yeah.
funny, in my book I talk about the importance of smile and creating genuine smile, because guys who don't smile don't get laid. You have to get smile.
She's fucking right.
Yeah.
The same guy who wrote the game, Neil, whatever his
And
name
he's
is.
also
If
Said
you're not
the same thing.
If you're not smiling at her, you're gay.
But I think
Well, but they did the study, and when they said, well, what's the first thing you notice about a guy? And the women notice smile and teeth.
The knife.
Yep.
Look at us all smiling.
Jimmy's making the
Now,
most insane smile.
This is called Pan-American smile. It doesn't work. I talk about it in my book. So you got to do Duchenne smile. Duchenne smile is the genuine smile, and your eyes have to crinkle. The face has to lift. You have to think positive
No,
thoughts.
that's not it.
I'm trying. I don't know
All
how
right,
to
try to smile for her. Come on.
Let me think positive thoughts.
All right, here we go.
Positive thoughts.
Positive thoughts.
Okay.
He'll be sad because he's just thinking of his HIV test. A positive thought. No, he doesn't. He cured it with
so your eyes
aspirin.
have to
But he's
crinkle?
working on it.
Like just joyous like this?
Yeah.
Just warm, genuine smile. Think happy, warm thoughts, and
Jimmy.
it'll project.
Jimmy's making ridiculous smiles.
Everyone is
They don't
smiling
seem very
right now.
sincere.
How pathetic is
Yeah, the
this crew?
sincere smile it's a big
Jesus.
difference, and that's what people find the most attractive in a partner.
Very, very
Did you
good.
smile? Can I see a sincere smile from you?
See, the eyes have to crinkle. This whole thing. I mean, if you just stretch your lips, that just looks creepy.
Yeah, when you just go, "Meh," you know.
Do you still like get topless and stuff?
Do I get topless occasionally?
Yeah.
Depending on the occasion. Why?
I'm just asking.
I was wondering about that.
about
I was checking out my pictures there, and it's giving you all kinds of ideas.
Wow, look at the pictures when, you know.
Do you still shave a V into it? Is it still a V or no?
No, I got tired of that.
Did you?
Wait, can we guess
Take it
what you
all
got
off?
down there?
Just
Oh, it looks like one of
nice
those
little
Russian
trim.
hats. Nice and furry. Like someone working at a gulag.
No,
She's got a big furry hat
Wait,
on.
why not bald?
Why not bald? Too much work, too much maintenance. I mean, I don't mind it. You know what it is? It's good for doing foreplay. It's nice when your man shaves you.
So
that
you
kind
got
of
a
thing.
natural triangle that's shaved down.
You kind of, yeah. That's
you
usually
go.
what I
Trimmed.
do. Like
That's
trim,
good.
trim. That's easier
Yeah.
to.
You
it's
let it all
easier.
grow in, but you keep it short.
yeah,
good.
That's good. That's a good way. And occasionally it's good to go bold. I mean, increases sensitivity. I talk about, guys, it's good for guys to go bold. It actually makes them look
like infants.
bigger. No,
tried
no.
it,
please.
I tried it once. It looks ridiculous.
Bigger.
But it does make it look bigger. That's one of the things. I have a chapter in my book on the whole thing on penis size, because guys obsess over every question I get in Penthouse call. How do I get bigger? It's like it's a guy's obsession, and so I dispel the myth that it's important to be big. It's like fit matters between people, size doesn't.
You want to look at penises today?
Well,
Sure. I mean, I'm
Jimmy.
I can't just show the doc my dick. I can't do
Jeez,
it.
Opie.
But I am shaved completely.
open.
She's right. Because it makes your dick look big.
It does make
my pubic hair is straight, and it's 7.5 inches long, my hair. So my dick would look like a soldier popping up in the nom. It's like fucking just creeping.
You got a Beatles cut over your dick.
Right.
Yeah, I like shaving it all. It's clean. It's much cleaner, much more hygienic, I think.
All right, so what are we going to do today? We got the book. We got, it's called Dr. Z on Scoring, right? Seduce and Hook Up with Hot Women by Dr. Victoria, wow, what a last name, ZDR?
Yes, right.
3 consonants in a row. Just roll with it. Zidrak.
ZDR, okay.
Zdrak.
Zdrak.
Yeah.
Now, you say you... Oh, go.
I was going to ask her, too. Did you go out with Trump or not?
I went out with Trump, but I
says-
didn't hook up with him.
He says you didn't, though, right?
I know. He was like, I would never go out with a penthouse pet. I would never go out with a penthouse pet. There's only a million pictures of
completely
you.
his type.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
he denied he ever went out with any penthouse pets, and I know quite a few that have, so...
So what happened? You went out with him, and what happened?
Back then I was a playmate anyways. He was just being, narcissistic and self-consumed and obnoxious and
Narcissistic?
Yeah.
Did you say narcissistic?
Narcissistic,
Okay.
yeah, narcissistic.
It's
so
just the
I just
accent.
we didn't hit it off. So it's
How long did you go out with him for?
like 3 or 4 dates.
And
He really thinks he's all that, right?
Oh yeah, one of the first things he said, he goes, "People don't realize how good looking I am, and they also don't realize how tall I am. I don't on camera, like I'm really tall."
Tell him shut up.
he talked about himself a lot.
Oh, it's all he talked about, and that's the worst thing you could do in the book. I talk in the book, if you want to turn off the woman, then talk about yourself. You got to talk about her and try to elicit her beliefs and build similarities. But all he did is talk about himself and also put down his exes. Like, Marla, ever since I dumped her, she looks like shit. She cut off her hair, and Nirvana, she's like really looking bad.
You don't
these
want to
days.
hear about that.
So why'd you last so long with him?
Well, because
Didn't
at
you
that
see
time,
right through that shit?
Money.
No. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
No, there's gotta be a reason.
This is how he called. At that time, I was working for Playboy, and I was on the cover of Playboy catalog. So he calls him up and he goes, "I got to book this girl Victoria. I'm doing this important campaign at the Tropicana Casino." Then I find out 4 dates into, there is no campaign at the Tropicana Casino.
Nice, huh?
So that's why. Yeah.
I suddenly like him now.
Yeah, you gotta respect
That's
that.
what I would do.
What was the catalog for?
It was the Playboy catalog at that time. There's like lingerie. and
You're
stuff
supposed
like
to
that.
order lingerie out of it, not the models. That son of a bitch. He's using the catalog. I want this woman.
You know what? You got to give him one for that, though. That's pretty impressive.
Pretty
He's
sharp.
confident, and he scores on the confidence part. But
He invented
he's
a
a turn
pageant
off.
just so he could get some poo-ha.
So where was your first date? How did it happen? You got a call. He wants to meet you.
Yeah, I think we went to, I met him by one of the restaurants. I don't even remember. This was like 5 or 6 years.
Did he
6 years
pick you
ago.
up, or did he have a car come get you?
No, I actually drove in the city, and I ended up just meeting him. I didn't want to be stuck with car situations and stuff. We went to
idea.
dinner and stuff. But yeah, he talked like the whole time about himself, and how like once we hook up, basically, I'm such a great lover. You'll never be able to be with another guy ever again. I'm like amazing lover.
He really know that, did he?
Yeah, it's kind of stuff. he says.
Wow.
You got to give him the confidence there, but it's
How
a
did
little
you not
overlap.
bang him just for the story? Like just to trash him?
But you know what it is? It's called reactance in psychology. If you tell somebody to do something, they're going to do just the opposite.
Right, don't
because
fuck
it
me.
infringes upon our free. Exactly. But I talk, in my book, I say when you play hard to get with a girl, when you're like, you know what, honey, I'm not really ready for the intercourse part. I'm very selective. That makes women want you like crazy. When you tell a woman, hey, you got to sleep with me because I'm the best lover ever, then she's like, I'm not sleeping with you. And that's what happened to me. I'm like, I'll sleep with every other guy, but not you.
That
because
is
you told me that.
That's wonderful.
That's exactly where I go wrong, because I set women up. I'm like, you gotta see this giant dick I have. Guarantee it's the biggest one you ever seen. Guaranteed.
See, one of the guys that I used to date this one guy, and he would make out with me and kiss, and go down on me, but he would not fuck me. And I was like, it would drive me completely crazy. And I'm like, why? He's like, well, it has to be a special experience. I can't do it. So eventually I just ripped his clothes off. And then I found it's like his MO. Like he drives women crazy by playing sort of like hard to get.
What a smoothie.
I mentioned all these
Call 'em
techniques
old
in my
blue
book.
balls, I think.
But it works on me because, women rip off, his clothes because he's like very smooth. And if you come across too lustful and too obvious, it's a turnoff to women. You got to be
Did you make out with Trump? You had to make
I think
out.
we kissed once.
Was he a good kisser?
Bad breath.
No,
breath, right?
just nothing impressive.
Bad
like
breath,
tight-lipped kind of action.
Tight-lipped kiss? A good deep
Seems
tongue
like
kiss?
it would be.
No, just a little tight-lipped.
I know
you
this
what
is.
I mean?
I know this is hack, but what's up with his hair? Is it real? What is he doing with that?
It's real. It's just teased and sprayed. That's hairspray. Lots of hairspray.
It really is real hair. Is he doing a comb over though?
It's a comb over, and then it's also teased up.
Right.
back combed, and then sprayed.
So you made out with him. Come on. Did you rub his penis through his pants?
No,
Through
because
his pants.
No, I did not do anything. Exactly because he kept on saying, "Oh, we gotta do it. You're gonna be so impressed," and I'm like, "I'm not doing it." Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing it.
Jimmy
It's a
just feels bad
reaction
because
thing.
he did.
Yes,
So
I
he's
gave
feeling a
in.
little guilty.
Yeah.
So wait, why you should have just done it like just to get him all fucking crazy and then not done it.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't do any. We never went further than that because it's like, okay, you promised me the campaign. There was no campaign, so
If there was a campaign, would you have banged him?
I don't think so. It's a real turnoff. I mean, the guy just so self-absorbed and he talks about himself, puts all his exes down. I'm like, why do you want to be with somebody who's like talks badly about women nonstop?
So if he had been nicer to you or just played the game a little bit, if he had just not been a douche, you probably would have banged him.
Yeah, I never know. I might have had a chance.
It's an emphatic yes. So now tell me honestly, what was your attraction to him? Be very truthful.
I wasn't attracted to him. That's the thing. That's why I didn't go out on any more dates.
But you went out with him 3 times, which means like he's not a bad looking dude. Trump's not a bad. You can't say he's ugly. He's not. But he bats
It says
genetically
personality.
out of his gig. Out of his
Yeah,
league.
his personality is a turn off. I mean, women are not that concerned about looks. I talk about my book. Women are not as superficial as guys. They'll go out with. I've seen really gorgeous women with butt ugly guys that are distinct, that have notoriety, that are interesting, funny. I mean, the guys. There's so many other ways that they can make up for their looks. But yeah, Trump is not bad looking, but his personality is a major turn off. He's like obnoxious. He's like, it's all about me, and I'm the center of the universe, and he doesn't know how to listen. He only talks, and he only talks about himself the entire time.
Are you with someone now or?
Yes, I'm in a relationship.
That's good to hear. Happy for you. Not good. It's really. I'm always happy to hear. God bless.
Do you put out on the first date if the situation's
You know
right?
what? I used to,
I love
but
her.
then over time, I learned that it's not good, and for men or women, because if you want to build the limerence, that kind of passion, infatuation, and if you put out too early, you don't allow the limerence to crystallize sufficiently, which is it's good to have a little bit of frustration and anticipation
So
builds passion.
You're making a formula.
Yeah, so I have in the book there's a whole formula to building limerence and passion and
God
infatuation.
damn, the cover of the book is fucking sexy. It's her.
Well,
She's sucking on her glasses, like the end of the glasses, like the nerdy glasses, and her bosoms are bursting, and she's wearing thigh highs. It looks like a thigh high with your. Are you wearing thigh highs now? Can I ask you that?
No, not today. But I love thigh highs with garters. I wear them a lot.
Ah.
Just today is too cold.
They rule.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a very sexy cover.
You know
Thank
what
you.
though? You're way hotter in person.
Thank you.
I mean, it's not a bad picture, but she's better in person,
it's
right?
rare that you see somebody more. That's a great picture.
Certainly
It's
is.
rare that you see somebody more attractive in person because of Photoshop. Like what they just do to make pictures perfect. You actually look better in person.
I always say, yeah, but for some reason I always get that. Like people always say, oh, you look better in person, and I say, well, it's better than the other way around. I
Right.
suppose it's like
Can
better
you,
than saying, oh, that doesn't look like you. But people say that doesn't look like you. It's never a good sign.
Could you take your jacket off?
Sure.
Good. Wow, that was easy.
Well, it's hot in here, guys. It's like
she's got-
it's like 100 degrees in
well,
here.
it's
why,
nice
don't
very
we,
much.
why don't we make it 110?
Exactly. If there was a fat chick in here, we'd have it 5 below. Yeah, put the parka on. So it says here, oh God, does she look wonderful? she looks better with her jacket off. She looks a lot better. You're so
She adjusted her
Jenny, please, my
boob
view.
too. I saw.
Oh, yeah.
She's so hot, it's almost depressing. Like I'm not even sexually excited. I'm like, never.
Yeah,
You can't even get it's just
unattainable
sad.
kind of a thing. Is that it?
Yeah.
You talk about in your book here. There's a sexy gait, and I'm trying to find which is I guess a walk.
Yeah, swagger. They did the study and they basically found that women are attracted to a sexy swagger in a guy, and men are attracted to a sway in the hips. And apparently, it's so important that whether they show just the silhouette of a person or the actual person, the swagger is the first thing that women notice. So, like the way James Bond walks, that kind of swagger with shoulders and stuff.
Is the now I heard women like bow-legged guys because it almost looks like you have a bigger dick than you do. Like it looks like your genitals.
That's a new one for me.
I've heard that they like bow-legged men because of
research
that.
I have not found.
Really?
I don't have a sexy walk at all.
Because your dick is like banging in between your knees, so you
It
have
just
to.
looks
Why
like
would
there's
that?
something like when I see there's something very sexy I'll see on a woman. Like when you're looking head on to a woman and you look and she's wearing clothes and you can see like the front of her jeans, but when you can look between her legs and see like the outline of her ass cheeks, it looks like her ass is like kind of there's something so fucking sexy about
Oh, you notice details.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jimmy's a detail guy.
I noticed that.
It's all
yeah.
about the details. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and we're going to continue. We got Adam. He's one of our guys. And what, you have according to the instructions in Dr. Z's book, Adam has made a list of 10 positive things about himself.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that he feels will help him in scoring a hot date.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you'll look at his answers and see where he's at?
Absolutely. And we'll
Okay.
see what kind of prototype he fits in. If he's the rescuer, the defender, the entertainer.
All right. We also
Oh, wow.
had him.
She's fucking good.
We also had him write a paragraph describing his perfect mate, so we got that.
Okay, cool.
And we also have, I guess there's another exercise where you have guys circle words or something.
Yeah, well, it's a words, to see. And there's also exercise, so what exercise, a confidence building exercise where you develop a rejection immunity state where you don't really care if you get rejected.
Okay, very cool. So he circled those words as well, or some of the words, and we'll see what that means for Adam.
And by the way, I'd love to see what are you married or are you a boyfriend?
Well, we're in a relationship.
I would love to see what he looks like. I guarantee you, he's either
He's a supermodel.
very old and extremely wealthy, or he
No,
is
no,
fucking,
he's not wealthy at all.
Or,
He's just an average guy.
or he has got washboard abs.
No, he's got major love handles.
Does he really?
I never, you know what?
Come
I'm
on.
not into. I've never been into washboard abs. Like my sister's obsessed with fitness, and so she's like a belly dance and karate. So she loves guys who are fit. I'm not. I work out occasionally, but I don't particularly care about that.
Our own E-Rock has washing machine abs.
His washboard teeth. He's scraping food over them.
But he does fit though my childhood prototype because I had a crush on my cousin who was half gypsy,
Hey,
and
like
the
this
man I've
girl.
always picked had this sort of gypsy kind of look to them.
Like a blood cousin?
Well, he was my mother's sister's,
that's for his cousin.
illegitimate son. And,
Illegitimate?
Yes, he was
Damn
a
it.
bastard child,
All right.
but she hooked up with this gypsy, and nobody really liked him, and because he was kind of like wild and irreverent and crazy.
Thinner.
Yeah.
I die with
And
it
those
on
are
my
the kind of guys. Those are the kind of guys I've always been attracted to. So yeah, that's why I talk about prototypes in my book. There's a prototype for everyone.
Fucking gypsy. Jesus.
We're half gypsy. Oh, half.
Did he make out with him or
We have
anything?
gypsies here, do
No,
we?
I never made, never did. But
Wacky
my
Europe.
mom used to say that, I don't remember it. She reminded me, she's like, when you're 5 years old and a cousin will come visit, you'd only see him a couple times a year. You're always like, Mommy, can I sit on his lap while we watch TV?
Whoa.
So apparently this sort of prototype imprinting kind of love map thing goes back to very early childhood.
Well, at 5, too, the vodka probably hit you real hard, right? And know how you Soviets...
I actually don't drink at all.
You Soviet people.
No drinking.
Love that
I don't drink.
Love
I'm
that
a teetotaler.
vodka.
I don't drink
Really?
at all. I'm a health fanatic.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. I take a lot of vitamins, and I do this program by SureCell. It's a rejuvenating program, SureCell.com. So no, I cannot drink. It would be against my beliefs.
Yeah, we'll make up for that. Don't you worry.
You like protein?
Whose companies won't go broke.
Yeah, protein's not bad, but although I'm mostly vegetarian.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Do you have bad gas? Vegetarian farts are the worst.
No, I don't
My
have-
friend Don's a vegetarian. His fucking farts
That's what
are
Beano.
award-winning.
That's what Beano's for.
What's that?
That's the stuff you take.
Yeah, a little
if you
pill.
it's a good thing to
Beano.
have.
I'm going to take Beano.
I need to because I've been taking some Metamucil. And I'm actually flying with my girlfriend across country. I didn't take Metamucil last night.
Oh, no.
Because my gas, it's
death
so...
flight for her.
If I was just me and my stupid and Kenny, I would have drank more.
Jimmy?
But with you, what?
The oxygen masks are going to drop down from the plane when you fart.
I got a question for Jimmy, though. You're flying with your girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
On Valentine's Day, which is
Yeah,
very
it's a holiday
romantic. It's
romantic.
beautiful, right? But if Victoria decided that she wanted to get with you, what would happen to the girlfriend?
Mid-flight, I'd open the emergency door and plant my shoe in her spine. And I'd say, close your eyes, I have a special gift for you. And her little hands would be all crinkled, and she'd hear the whoosh of wind as she got sucked out into the vortex. There you go. Happy Valentine's Day. Look at that cloud you're falling
you guys
through.
are so shallow. We women are so much deeper than that.
How about
She'd
another
be
scenario?
deep in the ground when she hit.
Another scenario that I picture, she's got the flowers and the candy that you got her. You'd be like, give me that back.
No, I wouldn't. I would just say, you're interested here, honey? Take these flowers. Now cross your hands. Let me put these flowers on your chest. God bless. It's been real, it's been nice, but it hasn't been real nice.
Oh.
Would you wreck your life over this one?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And my family's life. If need be. If she wished it. Only if she wished it.
You would just,
Yeah.
you would say just fuck it to everything, right, Jimmy?
I would end the relationship however she saw fit. I would like her to be set on fire. You know what? Damn good point. Me
All
too.
right.
No, but see, in my book, I talk about how you have
The
to
lighter fluid.
You have to show kindness and magnanimity to turn
Yeah.
women on, and so far,
Okay.
I don't see the.
You're not
displays
seeing
of
that in him,
kindness.
are you?
Then here it
No,
is.
no.
She may say, keep it painless. So I would take her for a boat ride like Fredo at the end of The Godfather 2. She'd say a Hail Mary. She'd never see it coming. Or I would just never talk to her again. I'd be gentle about it. I would just never call her back. And she, what's the matter? I would click. I would be very nice.
So,
That's his version of being nice.
I would say,
Yeah.
love you.
Yeah.
Click.
so we're going to take a break. We got Dr. Z. Her book's called Dr. Z. on
Dr.
Scoring.
Zayas? What? No.
How to pick up, seduce, and hook up with hot women. And if you take off another piece of clothing, we'll plug a website. Your website.
The hell do you think she is?
She's standing up. She's getting ready to do it.
Well, she's very comfortable.
There's got to be
All right,
one.
maybe I'll flash some boobies.
Yes. Flash
All right,
some
I'll do
boobies.
that.
Make the
I'll do
flash
that.
of some
Without taking-
boobies.
Without taking stuff off. It's too much trouble to take
All right.
them
A
off.
flash of the boobie would be nice for Valentine's Day.
Sure would be.
Just for you guys. A very special
Well, we're
booby
waiting.
flashing
I know.
present. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, my
The
God.
bra's still on. Excuse me.
Oh, she's,
Hey, slow down, Opie.
Guys.
Jesus Christ.
I know, she's got a flash on the
That's
subway.
the problem, and I
Eager
talk
ass.
about it in my book. Guys
I
are
know,
too eager,
the book,
slow
the book, the
and
book.
sensuous.
Slow down.
Slow down.
That's
you know?
good.
That's what happens. The guy just rip. You gotta like slowly.
Oh, boy.
Well.
I gotta. I almost said va va voom.
Va va voom? How could you say va va voom?
Yeah,
They are.
Are those real?
She has very.
they are mostly real.
Mostly with a little,
90% real.
She has very, very, very beautiful, thick nipples.
This guy's on nipples again. You're like
Well, that's what you're
nipples.
showing me. Believe me, if you were showing more, I'd be commenting on that. But you're only showing me your breasts. And she has very large, sexy areolas. She's really sexy. Thick nipples.
Yeah.
That's very sexy. I have a fetish for that.
And I thought you said it was hot in here, if you know what I mean.
They're very, very, very. I really, very rarely can I
They're
not
well
say anything.
defined.
Excellent. Like if you were wearing a white shirt, you'd be able to see. You can see those nipples through a spacesuit. They're beautiful. They are. They almost.
It's like writing a note. Wait, can you write a note to my nipples?
I almost feel like I'm like looking at a piece of art or a poem.
A poem.
You know what? I think he's got a lot of artistic qualities. I could see why he'd be popular with women. I mean, he is just.
Oh,
you
you're
probably
very
can write
perceptive.
poetry, right? You can write poetry.
I sure can. Roses are red, violets are blue. Can I suck on them, please? You?
See, I knew there was talent somewhere there.
The roses are red, violets are blue. I'll lick one if you want to lick two. I'm very good. I'm very
You're
gifted.
very good. You're very good.
All right. Wow.
Wow,
We're
wait.
gonna take
Yeah.
a break. We
But
got.
thick nipples to me are very. Let's just before we move on. They are just. There's nothing. I like thicker things like that. Like I like
Yeah.
vaginal lips are very thick. Very.
Yes, you like that?
Yeah, she's fantastic.
He lets people know what he likes.
You
Yeah,
have to.
that's good.
Very
yeah, you
nice.
can't be shy about it. I don't fuck around and beat around the bush with that
And
stuff.
actually, women love it when you give them tons of compliments and when you tell them in descriptive detail what you're going to do to them. You know, that's a big turn on because they say like men fall in love with their eyes, women fall in love with their ears. So talk to them, tell them what you're going to do to them. This one centerfold friend of mine, she was a runner-up in my year, and she ended up marrying this guy, and I wasn't really impressed. I mean, there's nothing impressive about him. And she said, I loved him because he would tell me, like in this detail, everything he'd call me, everything he's going to do to me that night, and it would just get me so hot and horny. I had to marry him.
What?
Okay, I can do the same for you right now. What I'm going to do to you. Here you go.
Oh, go ahead, Jim.
Follow, beg. Follow, and beg. Follow, and beg.
Jimmy, what would you do to her? Seriously, let's
would
try
depend
out
on
our let's try it out.
It would depend on our relationship. I mean, it would depend on what she got off on, too. See, it's not sexy to me to pull someone's hair if they don't like it. It doesn't turn me
You
on.
like a little hair pulling?
Oh, I think all women like a little hair. I mean, see, I always say, you start out slow and sensuous. Once you get her to that arousal plateau, then you can get a little
start
rough.
the choking.
Then you can get a little rougher depending on how
Kidding,
she
of
likes
course.
it.
I'm distracted by your Ricardo Montalban from Wrath of Khan chest. That's there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, the nipples are really, they're really thick.
Yes.
They're juicy. They're really, really sexy. I like to pull a woman's hair, but I like to, like a lot of guys want to wrap their hand by the head and pull because that way you don't really, but I like to grab like from the very bottom at the very end of the hair and just yank really hard. Make a retarded boy sound. They like that. Something smells good. What's cooking in here?
Something does smell good. What do you guys have
It's probably
to
your
do?
nipples. They just smell like delicious cinnamon.
Cinnamon nipples. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll continue with Dr. Z. We got Adam, who did some of the exercises in your book. We got Ryan Starr that's going to do a couple songs. Ryan, you want to see boobies?
How do I compete with this? Great, the good-looking singer's coming in.
This is Ryan Starr.
He's good cheeks, too.
Huh? What is he doing? We don't need your guitar.
He's just saying hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Great.
Good morning.
How's it going?
You like her boobies?
I do. I'd like to offer her
Oh, wow. I get
Valentine's
gifts,
Day
too.
gift.
Oh, I love it. I
brand
get.
new KY Heat.
Oh, very nice. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Look at you. Just happen to have that with you as a little gift.
What's
Thank you
KY
very
Heat?
much.
It's great.
It's I sold out the Dwayne Reed down the street.
You're
You know, I was
so
coming here
done,
Valentine's
Jimmy.
Day.
Great.
Wait,
Although,
no,
yeah.
hold on. Valentine's
Intrigue
Day.
heat.
It really warms up.
Do you read the Post?
You know what? I talk about something similar called Zestra, which does very similar
Oh, so
things.
it's a plug competition.
Wait,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
K-
I actually bought it.
what's KY Heat?
It's
Show 'em.
Yeah, it's a personal lubricant that warms up. It has a warming action, and there's a few of them on the market. This
Can
one
you
on
put
the
some
better
on
ones.
Jimmy's nipples?
No, I don't
we
like.
could do that.
I don't like. Oh, you could check it out.
I don't like that, but I'll take whatever.
I don't like warming things.
Jimmy, are you allowed to have her just tweak
No,
your nipples?
no, I can't. I would love to, but I can't.
Gotta have respect. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't.
I
On
gotta
Valentine's Day, that's
My
kiss it
girlfriend
down.
would freak out. I can't do it. And I wouldn't anyway, because I love her.
ask. How much?
A lot. You know, she's really a good person.
I'm glad I got here early. This is what's been going on in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does this work, Ryan? You could just squeeze this out here. I don't use stuff like this. Oh, there you go.
No, it's actually very popular. The warming lotions and lubes, very popular.
I'm rubbing it.
And
between
I
my
do.
fingers.
It's funny. I mentioned some of that in my book about the warming.
Enough
lotion.
about the book.
Hey, I want to see it like number 3 on Amazon, then I'll stop talking about it.
I thought you were
Nice.
here just because you liked us.
I am
Hey,
starting to like
she's
you guys.
got business
I
to conduct.
particularly love that the Russian accent impersonation.
Thank you. It's very, very good. I don't know why it's a W instead of a V.
Yeah.
That always got me with Chekhov. Another Star Trek reference. Dope. I'm really making points with my geeky sci-fi stuff, ain't I?
The Opie and El Nerdo show.
Hey,
Is this a policy here?
Why
today?
am I
'Cause
Spanish? El Nerdo.
I don't know. Because Anthony has more syllables
Yeah, I
than nerd.
hear you.
hey, before we go to break, I want to show Victoria what she would look like if you got
Old.
let's just say if your body started melting.
How about this? Victoria, if she went through a black hole.
All right, thank
Right.
you. Yes, bring her in.
This is Sandy Kane.
This proves
she's
that-
an old burlesque dancer.
Yeah, this proves that God has a sense of humor.
And this is why you should thank your lucky stars. You got an education, and you are now an educated woman with degrees. because she's still doing this. What do you know? Sandy, what do you think of her breasts?
Beautiful.
Yeah, huh?
I think she looks hot.
Yeah, thank you.
You like Sandy?
In the dark.
In the dark.
Drink a 6-pack, smoke some crack.
Here she goes with the same
just telling you that.
jokes.
Hey, can I do my plugs now? Because I never can do my plugs. I'm going to be in Cleveland, which is a big comedy town.
Really?
Because I heard you guys talking about Cleveland at a place called Now That's Class.
Way to
I
contribute to the
love
bit.
Ohio.
You
Right
why?
out of the middle of
That's
nowhere.
good.
And
Why?
it's
It's just a nice place.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, you should stay
Well,
there.
they're paying me. Right. I should stay there and get
Silent
promoted.
voice.
But it's called Now That's Class. And, in fact, the guy loved my song "Tits My Party," which I wanted to do.
It's,
to go
it's
later.
my party, but
Tits.
she says tits instead
Tits
of
my
it's.
party.
It's fascinating.
Right, and I'll be in Cleveland March 6th and March 7th and 8th, Friday and Saturday. And I'll also be tomorrow night at the Broadway Comedy Club at 10 o'clock on Jeff Cole Show. So, hallelujah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's
You
good.
getting
No-
another PD job anywhere?
PG.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry. No,
Wait, what's PD mean?
I got confused. I'm sorry.
PD?
Nothing. Never mind. I was confused. But oh,
She
good.
has
So you
beautiful
got
tits, though.
yes.
Well, those implants are gorgeous.
Well, that's slightly enhanced.
Slightly? What does
enhanced.
slightly mean?
enhanced.
It means from just a half size up, just for the perkiness effect rather than the volume.
Did you have a before picture?
Yeah, actually, I was a Playboy centerfold in October '94. I was all natural, but then afterwards they just started to get a little bit, a little bit.
You were centerfold 13 years ago?
I was October '94 Playmate and 2004 Penthouse Pet of the Year.
Wow.
So I was one of the
Both.
one of the few things that Guccione and Hefner ever agreed upon.
You're like doing Leno and Letterman.
Great.
It's like
I wish
Jimmy.
I could put a new head on me.
Well, these are
we all.
Dr. Giampapa. He's in Montclair.
I'll volunteer to
Okay.
take the old one off.
Take the old one off and
Elzar
put one
Cowie
on.
style.
Maybe,
What are you going to do with it
someday
besides
they would
protect
have
crops?
I wish that someone could do my face like her tits are done.
Throw it in the ocean to kill the Kraken.
I'm just saying, hey, but it works.
She's got great face. She just needs slight tweaking. She needs to go to Dr. Giampapa and
She's
Yeah,
gonna Amtrak
leave his
and
name
dry
for me, really. And then
Awesome.
we'll do a before show and an after. And I'll come back. Watch.
because he's actually #1 anti-aging, the only anti-aging plastic surgeon. He does a whole approach where he'll take your DNA and then he'll customize your nutrition program and creams, age-reversing creams. He's the founder of American Anti-Aging
Or in your
Society.
case, carbon.
I was a
I don't get it. I don't get
Yeah,
it.
it's a carbon dating joke.
Carbon dating.
Yes.
Okay, I don't get it. But anyway, do you
Take
like
your
my skirt? I got it
DNA
just
and
for the
make
guys here.
Jurassic Park.
I did Twaddle, man, for Valentine's Day.
Ah.
I did Twaddle. It was
Oh, that's very nice.
Did you show the doc and completely wreck the mood?
That's it.
Hey,
We're just so self-destructive. We're on a
you
nice
are gorgeous.
path,
She
and then
is
we
gorgeous. If
bring
I was a
this fucking
lesbian, I
mess
would
in.
eat out with her.
Yeah.
What's that?
If I was a
I heard
lesbian,
you.
I would eat out.
I heard you. Why are you wearing a silly little hat on your head? That is the littlest, silly-looking
It
hat.
says O&A, all the
looks
way
like
with
John
O&A
Bonet
on it.
Jimmy goes, she looks like Jean Bonnet now. She's dressed like a little cowgirl, but,
Anyway, this was like my creation for Valentine's Day for O&A and Jim and
everything but the garret around your neck.
Steve. I have a
I
new
think
slogan.
it's very cute and creative.
You like
I mean,
that?
look at that. Look at your
Yeah.
faces are on. I mean, she went
right,
on. Display a little gratitude, guys. A little kindness,
We should.
magnanimity.
This is as
You're
nice
right.
as you've ever been. Believe me, this is generous.
Yeah. No, do you like the faces?
I do.
I got Jimmy in my pussy.
Oh, good.
Not really.
Wait, you got our faces on your boobs?
Yeah.
On your bra? Oh,
That's
wonderful.
nice.
in
That's very
hearts.
creative.
All right, show the doctor what you got going on. We nicknamed this years ago Twatto.
Yeah, this is. I did it in heart because it
Get
really
closer.
is a heart.
Get closer.
Dildo likes her.
Yeah, I know. That's her
Dildo likes
black
her.
dildo. Don't
Hi,
Jump on her.
That's her dildo.
All right.
Aw,
Likes to dance
It's got-
for the girls.
so cute.
And he's a
Very
bisexual.
crafty.
You got to buy him something.
All right, here we go. This is
Okay, this is Twatto, and I did it for Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Yes.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Little heart.
Yeah, it is. It's a heart. I never knew it was a heart until Opie and Anthony's show, and they just really taught me that. So I just did it for Valentine's Day.
What do you think of that, Doc? Besides a frog should be perched on it.
I mean, it's interesting.
What do you think it is? I know you're not a doctor in that way, but you're a girl.
What do you think it
know
is?
a little something about
what do you-
what you should have down there.
That's growing out of her.
What do you mean? Like what's?
Oh, you think that's something she put on her body? That's attached to her body.
She just painted it.
Hey, get a
I see what you mean. You mean
get a
it's like
flashlight. It's a
It's some kind
Like
of
a mole-
yeah,
like
keep
a mole?
it there.
Yeah, something like that.
a mole or
That happens. I mean,
They
Or
say it's
genital
a
herpes.
genital herpes, but I'm still alive.
Move the skirt.
it looks like it's just like a mole.
a
You can
mole.
get
This is a word, isn't it?
I know you Russians know a thing or two
I
about
can't.
moles,
You know
but
what? I
this is
can't.
a
Honestly,
little
I
bigger
can't
than a
tell
mole.
because it's painted.
Take the heart off it, Sammy.
Many women in
No, the
Soviet
heart is,
Union it looked like that from
I put nail
Chernobyl.
polish on it.
Show her from
When
the side.
Chernobyl explode, many women get the twaddle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's like a skin. It's a skin tag. That's what it is. That's happened.
Skin
You just-
tag.
See?
Yeah.
Why don't you take it
I'm
off?
not a dermatologist, but it looks like a skin
This
tag.
woman is more than a pretty face, you know? I mean, really. Because they had doctors in. She's going to die.
All right, you think it's
tomorrow.
a skin tag? Why don't you touch it, Doc?
I can touch it. I don't care.
don't do that, please.
Don't touch it.
Doc doesn't care. Doc rules. How do you not
Yeah,
love
women,
that?
we need a woman president.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, God.
Got it.
Thank you, man.
It's just a skin tag. I mean,
It's
you know,
a
you see
skin tag.
see them sometimes, like on the neck a lot. The guys will have it on
Fat
the neck.
guys,
with
usually.
Yeah.
It's a skin tag.
I think I got it. I was shaving my pussy years ago, and all of a sudden it was there. Do you think I can get that from shaving?
That or
With a clamshell back in the old days.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I mean, maybe.
Just
I
one
don't,
day it was
Either from
there.
sh-
It
I
was
don't
just
really
from
know where. Like
shaving
I
or
said, I'm
either
not
I didn't
even-
have it. I was not born with it. I just want you to know. But Twaddle loves Opie and Anthony, and that's why I said, Twaddle
Thank
does.
you. All right, we're
That's
gonna,
very cute.
I have a lot of
All right.
I don't know how you get that close,
all right,
Jimmy.
all right, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna bring in Adam, who's
Jesus.
22 years old, Dr. Z,
Jesus.
Okay.
and he's never kissed a girl before.
Okay.
He's got something going on. We don't know what it is yet.
All right. Let's
But
talk to
he
him.
was the one that did your
Let's-
exercises in the book,
All right,
so it
let's-
should be interesting. We got Ryan Starr. We got Sandy Kane, the wonderful Sandy Kane.
Great, thank you.
I'm putting my boobs back in, so this is your
okay.
last chance to admire the
chance to
thick
get a
and very
look.
protruding nipples. So
All right.
take the last,
She is
take a
gorgeous.
last look. You want to take a picture together?
You are gorgeous.
All right, stand
the
up.
camera.
And
She is, and she's nice and brilliant too.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Jimmy, man, you should go for her.
I don't want to take the picture, Sandy, because it's why you have wet in the what happened? You spill water?
I spilled water
Okay.
on my
Oh, so you got wet from you, Jim.
No,
It's all the poetry I turned on.
and she knows how to smile too.
she certainly does.
We're gonna take a break.
She is a
and,
gorgeous woman. You have good taste, I'll tell you.
I really wish you were still doing therapy. She's actually good.
Wait, who has good taste?
You guys have great taste. They have a gorgeous hunk
Like we.
this one.
Right. Like we had some. You know what? We got to talk about Jane Fonda. It is real. Hold on a minute. I think we got it here. Yeah. Supposedly Jane Fonda said the C word on TV.
You know, the big C-bomb that women don't really like to hear a lot.
It's a word I try not to say.
I'm just going to say it because it was the cunt.
Yeah.
They don't
Said
like that.
She couldn't have said that on TV.
Well, let's see. Here it is.
Let's hear.
Amazing. And I know when it started, there were some A-list celebrities who came out to help you, but Jane, you at first were not a big fan of the play, so what turned you around?
Well, it wasn't that I wasn't a big fan. I hadn't seen the play. I live in Georgia, okay? I was asked to do a monologue called Cunt. And I said, I don't think so. I got enough problems. But
then you were invited to go see it.
Whoa. What?
I
We get fired?
How about this?
What?
That was on the Today Show.
Yeah.
How about this? They have to get an FCC fine for that.
They have to.
People complain. How do they not get an
Wait,
FCC
what?
fine?
She definitely
And they
said it,
laughed
right?
nervously after it.
They made believe they didn't hear it.
Amazing. And I know when it started, there were some A-list celebrities who came out to help you, but Jane, you at first were not a big fan of the play, so what turned you around?
Well, it wasn't that I wasn't a big fan. I hadn't seen the play. I live in Georgia, okay? I was asked to do a monologue called Cunt. And I said, I don't think so. I got enough problems. But
then you were invited to go see it.
Everyone should get
So
fired.
she's talking about the vagina monologue.
Fire
She goes, I
everyone.
did a monologue called Cunt instead of, vagina monologue. So she was saying that, and wow, you're not allowed to say that on broadcast. That is the ultimate dirty word. She said it right there on television. That's worse than fuck, I think, on TV.
Wow.
Check Drudge
Yeah,
reports.
yeah.
It's up there. We had some tasteless remarks made on this show, which is Uncensored Satellite. Let's just see if it's on Drudge.
Yeah, what about Breitbart?
Andrew Breitbart.
All right, we're going to take a break and regroup here and do some more radio for everybody. We
Yes.
got Ryan Starr. We got Dr. Z. We got Sandy Kane. Yeah, I see my face on your bra.
You doing any signings, Doc?
Yeah, if you go to drzonscoring.com, it has my webmaster updates with various signings and
Yeah. Okay.
sightings and all that stuff.
All right, we'll be back in just a bit. We got another busy show here on XM Satellite Radio. We got the good doctor in studio, Dr. Victoria.
Say it the way it's spelled.
Dr. Z on Scoring is the name of
There
the
you go.
book. DrZOnScoring.com. Sex advice. We got Ryan Starr. He's over there with his guitar. We got Sandy Kane just sitting there making everyone uncomfortable.
Snapping pictures. I like taking pictures.
Poor Pat Duffy is trying to set up for Ryan Starr, and Sandy Kane is leaning in, getting like 2 feet from his face and just taking pictures of Pat Duffy. So cute. How uncomfortable was that, Pat?
Just randomly blinding me out of nowhere. I didn't expect it.
turning me on.
Shut up.
It's like one of those flashbangs go off in Call of Duty. I can't see.
Yeah.
I can't see, goddammit.
And this is Adam, Dr. Z.
Hello.
Well, nice to meet you, Adam.
Nice to meet you.
Adam's a little odd. He's one of our interns here. He's one of our young interns. And he's very socially awkward. He has not had sex. He is how old?
22.
He's 22 years old. He
He's cute.
hasn't had a girlfriend. I think he kissed once.
No.
I could tell
No.
he's shy because he's avoiding eye contact.
Yeah.
He's like lowering his eyes.
Very shy. But he seems like the kind of guy that's not just shy like in a kind of cute shy way. He's shy in the I'm going to hack you apart with a meat cleaver way. He's very...
I
There's
don't
something
see
very
that.
creepy about
I
him.
don't see that. I just see him kind of reserved and taciturn. I don't see him particularly
Reserved in what?
creepy. Taciturn.
What's that mean?
Just kind of quiet, like, you know.
She had to learn this language, and she knows words you don't.
Don't say
Just
you
amazing.
like you guys understood what taciturn means. How about let's rephrase
I do
that?
now, so
I
you
sure
can't catch
do know
me
what
in
She
it
it.
says
Jimmy.
words that we don't know.
Yeah.
So, you've gone through my book, and what do you think about it?
Well, I didn't go through your book.
What?
Why not?
Was I supposed to read it?
Look through it. Yeah.
Look through it?
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Oh, yeah. I looked through it, and I thought there were some interesting parts that I could use, and I was absorbing the information like a sponge because I direly need that information.
Well, I could tell already, you know, the way you talk, it sounds very monotonous, like the voice. You need to enunciate more. You
really?
You need to be a little more animated because, like right now, the personalities, you come across very dull. So,
Right.
first thing I work on is just a little more animation in the voice, a little more, a little more energy.
Are you saying the Manchurian Candidate thing isn't working for you?
it's just a bit, and also smile more. Like you don't smile a whole lot. More like the body language, like his shoulders are kind of stooped, like more.
No, he's like, relax your shoulders.
Yeah, or something. You're
you're
putting
like this,
something with
you're-
them. Yeah. So yeah,
Down
relax
a
your
little.
shoulders, chest back.
Oh, look at him straining
smile.
to relax.
And I mean, you know what it is? It's all these techniques. It takes time and practice. It's not. It's not like one of those magical makeovers. But I think he's got a lot of potential. I mean, he's very nice looking.
Would you touch his penis?
Well, I don't know about that.
What? What happened? What?
But tell me about that. So, do you go out? Do you meet women, or do you just?
All right.
I mean, you said? What is the reason you are not with anybody?
Well, I don't really go out too much. 9 times out
No.
of 10, at home.
In front of the computer?
No, either reading or doing research.
Research.
On like
What research are you doing?
Like I got some free I got some freelance writings I'm working on, and I just stay home and do
It's
some
writings.
So you're not really comfortable going to clubs and so forth.
No, I'll make the like at college when my roommates would throw a party, you know, I'd make the occasional appearance.
And then what would happen?
And then I'd just like leave and go to the shoot pool.
So what happens when you start talking to a woman? Do you get uncomfortable?
I get uncomfortable. It's everything. Like I don't even know how to. Like I want to say that fate. Like I'll find the right one. Like so, the universe is gonna gonna come together, and I'm gonna find that perfect girl.
Well, first of all, before you find the perfect one, you just have to find some girls. I mean, it's a numbers game. You gotta meet you gotta meet, say, 20 women to like one, and for her to like you. So if you don't meet any, how are you gonna meet the perfect one? You gotta go out and meet them. And in your situation, I would say it's like a matter of just social skills and just going out and starting talking to people. Like talk to people on the street, talk to people in the cleaners, everywhere you go, start talking to them randomly about stuff. So you're just comfortable approaching and talking to people.
I was at Starbucks recently, and there was a girl in front of me.
Thought that was a humorous anecdote.
And she had a big bag. And she had various.
Is she tranny?
She had a big bag.
Isn't nice smile now that he smiled?
She had a big bag, and then she had a bunch of little bags. And I just said, "Hey, it looks like you have a series of bags in your bag." And,
so what did she say?
And she just stared at me really weird. And
that doesn't make
didn't talk
sense.
to me.
How could she?
What does that mean?
That well said flirt.
It looks like you have a series of bags in your bag.
Yeah.
What was that? Wait. Were you trying to be funny?
No, I was just trying to
just
create
making
conversation.
Conversation.
I don't even know. I don't even like.
It's just a bit of an awkward sentence, I would say.
Wow, that is really awkward.
You should have said under your eyes. That probably would have been much smoother.
Yeah.
You look really
You'd
tired.
have gotten a reaction.
Hey,
Throw her bags at you.
We got him to write the 10 positive things about himself.
Okay.
It's one of the things in your book, right?
Mm-hmm. One of the beginnings.
All right. Well, here we go. This is just great. Adam enjoys running in 5Ks and 10Ks. 3 years ago, I ran a half marathon. This summer, I'll be training to run the entire 26.2-mile trek, also known as a fucking marathon. 2, I'm addicted to attending weekly yoga and Pilates classes.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a perfect place to meet women. I mean, you don't meet women at yoga Pilates. That's full of women.
Well, because of my schedule here, I normally go on like the afternoon, like the
Get it out.
the noonish classes, and so they're all like middle-aged women, and they're really not my age.
Pick one of them off.
Yeah.
Take a MILF.
Does he masturbate?
Hold on. Let me see.
Voice of doom back there.
Masturbate.
Wait,
I mean, what do you do when your
right.
dick gets like horny and stuff? I talked to him. He seems pretty horny to me.
Wait, bring Sandy closer. She could definitely add to this mess.
I worked in peep shows and stuff. I worked in peep shows, and all kinds of men used to come in and masturbate because they maybe someone like you that really doesn't have a girlfriend, but your dick gets hard and you want to see someone like her or me, and and you masturbate. Do you masturbate? The truth.
Do I masturbate?
Well,
yeah,
everybody masturbates to the extent. But the thing is, sometimes I think that
Doc,
too much masturbating is not always good because you know what happens? Men develop what we call autoerotic orientation, which means they almost like get in the cycle where they, fantasy masturbation, and then they don't feel driven to go out and meet women anymore. It's like autoerotic orientation. And so a little masturbation is good, but you also seem like you're kind of person, you're talking about the ideal woman. You want to have a companion. So you have to make an effort to go out and meet people. They're not going to, Miss Wright's not going to knock on your door and all of a sudden say, here I am,
Right.
So if the noon class doesn't work, then you got to change it to other times, other places. You got to think you like athletic women, it seems like. So, maybe change the gym. Go change the yoga class to a time where there's women. I mean, that's a good place to meet.
Does he masturbate? Did he answer you, Sandy?
Yes, he said that he does masturbate. How often?
And what do you think of?
Who do you think of? Do you have like a fantasy woman and it'll be her next time?
I just load up a various porno flick and I just go at it,
Go at it.
Put the love rod into the ignition.
Right hand or left?
The love rod
Why
into
you say
the
love rod?
ignition.
Really?
No, what?
You sound like every evening at the Improv comic.
Yeah. No, it's my right hand. I call it Miss Michigan. I go out with her.
Boo.
Boo. Are you trying to
See
do
the
jokes?
voice again.
I don't even know.
You
jokes?
guys, you gotta work on this voice, and I have a whole chapter on voice. There's a study that found
I
that
bet you it's in the
guys
book.
who have it's in a book, who have lower voices actually have more wives, girlfriends, and they have more children. So there's something about a low confident voice.
Right.
So we gotta. He's mumbling.
You
gotta project. Okay, let's project. Let's put some confidence, some animation in the voice.
It's also a huge cock, by the way. That's with the deep voice.
That's
What? Hey.
That has something to do. What is that telling a woman psychologically when you have a deep voice? That's got something to do with your potency?
Testosterone, yes, because it's one of the signifiers for testosterone, which is women subconsciously look for. But there's something you can work on, like enunciation, projection, the voice.
Let's hear a deep voice from you, Adam.
Well, hello. How are you doing today? My name's Adam.
She's laughing at you.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm just smiling in a very welcoming way.
Hello, my name's Adam. How are you doing?
I think he's doing better. I mean, I'm hearing some projection.
Doing a John Wayne.
What are you doing?
But you're also adding some weird accent to that. I don't know what the accent part.
That's coming from, a Soviet.
Hey, my accent I can't do anything about.
It's endearing. But don't worry about it.
I would just go, hey, nice to meet you. What's happening? What's up? What's your story? Where are you from?
Yeah,
hey,
that's good. It's all good. All good lines. But do you follow up with it? Yeah, that's a popular sort of for young folks. That's what they say. What's the story?
Doc,
yeah.
this is his answer.
What's your
If you
story?
want to ask him about any of that other stuff.
Was he a cop though, walking the beat? You want some shoe leather? What's your story?
Yeah.
Tell your story
He's
walking.
doing great, just being on Opie and Anthony and working and having beautiful women.
Shut up.
I think he just needs to go out there and practice approaching and talking to women. And then, the other thing is, it seems like, there are a lot of guys like him because he's kind of shy, kind of reserved. They'll open a conversation and then I bet you kind of get stuck. You don't know what to say next.
Yeah.
So I tell guys to look for buzzwords or word hooks to continue the conversation. So for instance, if you say, okay, how do you like this place? And she says, it's okay, it's kind of crowded. Then crowded's your buzzword. Then you use that to continue the conversation. You'll say, yeah, I don't particularly care for crowds either. Are there any other places you like around here? You know what I mean? So you got to look for these words on which you can hang. The conversation has to flow naturally.
Okay, wait a minute now. So a good buzzword, if she said, get the fuck away from me, you could say, fucking, I like it.
He's a quick learner. I like him. He's a good student, quick learner.
Anything else in the positive things there?
Let's see what he is. So he baseball plays a huge role in my life. I don't know. The baseball is a tough one. I mean, I don't see how you could use that to pick up women very much.
You're trying with a niche bunch of women there that might be into baseball.
Yeah,
so
maybe. But yoga and
problem.
Pilates is great. That's like they're full of good women, hot women. Just a matter of changing the time. Let's see. Newspapers and crosswords are one of my favorite things to indulge in. Well, you know what? That's actually a good one. I always say if you carry like a crossword, like a newspaper with you, and say you're in a Starbucks and you are like sitting at the table and there's a girl next to you, you could actually pick the easiest word there and then you can turn around to her and say, listen, do you know the meaning of this?
Four-letter word for woman starts with C.
But it's a good way. It's like actually a good conversation opener because you're not trying to pick her up.
The Pope wrote Kant.
You're just commenting on something. In newspapers, or you could like be flipping through a newspaper and then say, oh, Britney Spears is at it again, and then you could turn to her and say, listen, what do you think of her? Can you explain this? Like ask her opinion. Asking a woman opinion is a great way to approach her.
Could you actually say like I'm stuck on this word. What do you think it is? And she's like, I don't know. And then you go, you fucking retard.
Roll up the paper and hit her in the nose with it.
Thanks for nothing. I needed you.
All right, what else is on that?
Okay, I'll occasionally go out to parties at bars. I'll be in my room reading or doing research. Do you ever date online? Do you do any online dating?
Anything online there, Adam?
By doing research, he means torturing animals.
I'm doing my research.
No,
you ghoul.
I've put a couple dating profiles up on the internet over the years.
Oh, you have you?
I have.
How'd that work out for you? It didn't.
Not good.
See, I don't see like a whole enthusiasm to meet people.
No.
Like he's kind of like comfortable, and you're comfortable in your routine. You're not.
If you like tedium and being bored shitless, date me, Adam.
Singing karaoke. Oh, that's cool. Singing karaoke.
Hold on. Doc, he likes to lie a lot. E-Rock, he's lying again?
He's lying about the online dating.
Why?
He tends to leave his Gmail open on people's computers.
Ah.
So,
oh no.
Pat has seen it.
no.
I've seen it. He trolls Craigslist for some girls. Responds to some of their posts.
Ah, here comes Danny running in with
I
some
guess he has an
paperwork.
online dating service through his college too.
Oh,
okay, so he's
boy.
making some efforts.
Well, what have we got here?
What do you got, Danny?
A little bit of paperwork.
Danny's got
Danny
something.
says, I'm in good shape. Last year I was about 30 pounds overweight. I lost it through running, Pilates, exercise, and a diet. So
All right
that's
there.
good
All right there, sweetie pie. Hold on for
Hold
a
on
second.
1 second. We can ask Dr. Z to hold
So
1 second.
he was 30 pounds heavier
Who
last
gives
year?
a shit? We're going to throw him under the bus right
now
here.
he's that 30 pounds is going to go squarely under a bus.
He's also going to have flat abs after the bus is done with him.
So wait, Danny, what did you find?
Well, this was actually found by E-Rock, but I'm holding it
E-Rock.
physically here. This is a Gmail message that he got from a girl named Jessica, and this is from something called All MSU Dating.
Uh-huh.
What is that all about?
It's a college dating website affiliated through Michigan State University.
What'd the letter say?
Well, it's not from him; it's to him. So.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm
It says,
pressing
"Hey
charges.
Adam, my name is Jessica. I'm a sophomore. I'm majoring in zoology, psychology, pre-vet medicine, blah blah blah. I thought your profile looked interesting, so I decided to reply smiley face. I was curious about what you're thinking of doing after you graduate MSU with your journalism major. My friend is actually contemplating English or
Suicide.
journalism. It's just a bore fest of the letter here. It's nice to see that there are people who enjoy the finer things in life along with spending time to enjoy deep thinking.
What? Adam? The finer things in life and deep thinking?
It seems like a lot of people in the United States especially are all about being rushed and do not ever stop to smell the roses, to be a bit cliche. Anyway, feel free to look at my profile if you like. Oh, and I agree with you about how illogical this whole dating profile thing is.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so you put the dating profile up, but you're like, I'm a deep thinker. This is illogical.
This is not for me.
I was
All
like,
right, Spock, what do you think about that?
Did you write this nerd back?
Well, the thing is, though, he's trying to come across with an intellectual prototype, which will appeal to some women. I mean, there are women out there who love nerds. And I would think that the whole intellectual nerdy prototype will be very appealing to some women. I
So
can
what
see
did-
this girl's digging it.
What did this hippo have to say?
Yeah.
This fucking bespectacled mountain.
I don't know. I don't really remember.
Dear Cloverfield. I got your chocolate stained letter. Fucking have a drink of gravy and shoot yourself with a fucking harpoon. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Back to the doc. What else is in there?
Okay, so we got here. I'm socially awkward in a good way. He's not as bad as some guys I've encountered. I mean,
Really?
he's got more hope than. I mean, there's some. I've over the years, I've met some guys who literally shake and then can't even talk in front of a woman and that have come a long way. So he's pretty good. I mean, he smiles, he can
Say
talk.
hi,
He doesn't
shoot a load in their
he doesn't.
pants.
He doesn't.
Big A. We should have
stutter.
had Big A.
Yeah.
So let's see. My 88-year-old grandma thinks I'm a dreamboat.
Fuck her.
she
Why are you having sex with your grandma?
No, she.
You're a dreamboat.
What are you doing?
My word.
No, she
10
always.
minutes later, what happened?
Oh, he's got baby powder around his mouth. They powder everything, those old broads.
Guys, I mean, it's sweet.
No,
It's not sweet.
What I
Sour. Take your panties off. It's the
But the
Velcro
one
of
thing-
diapers.
I'm just hoping he doesn't mention it on dates because, mentioning family like mom, grandma is not something you mention
Creepy.
at the beginning.
No, what the thing is, I'm trying to allude to is that family is important to me, and my grandma,
That's good.
she has Alzheimer's, and I go visit her.
nice, she forgets.
she calls me a dreamboat. Then she calls me
A steamboat. And then Queen Mary.
The rowboat. From the love boat.
yeah. So it's
She just calls him various vessels.
yeah.
Yes. Oh, you're such a trailer hitch.
But he's trying to say he's got substance. He's close to his family of origin. Although something like this just could show that you're not differentiated enough from your
Yeah.
family and come across as infantile and immature. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
mention stuff
Don't
like
bring
that
up
on
a
a date.
walnut brain on a date.
Not on the first day. You could. I would not. I recommend against bringing out family of origin early in the dating.
Hey, listen, I gotta break in here. Adam.
No.
Adam, so you've talked to this Jessica a few times, right?
Who? I guess.
Oh, fuck.
Hold on. I got an email that Adam wrote to this Jessica girl. Ready?
Yeah.
I also shook Sly Stallone's hand when he came into the studio to promote Rambo.
What? It was a phoner.
That was.
Would you shake the phone while he was talking?
Liar. I tried to pump myself up, and
you did, huh?
Yeah,
we had Sly Stallone on the phone.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then you said you shook his hand. You didn't even lie and say, like, we hung out and had a conversation.
Yeah. See, he lies a lot, so we don't know who the real Adam is.
You think he's a compulsive liar?
Yeah. Of course he is. I shook Sly Stallone's hand.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think he's got like some self-esteem issues. He's got to work on some self-esteem and start feeling good about himself without the need to embellish things or confabulate things. To bring yourself up. You've got enough.
No, I punched Adrian in the stomach and she fell into a bag of feed in Rocky.
But he's got enough good quality. Look at all the great qualities he's got. Let's read. He's agreeable, artistic, clean, dependable, enthusiastic,
butt your shit on my shoe,
flexible,
slide him into this
friendly, good-natured, interesting,
shook his hand,
loyal, optimistic, peaceful, reasonable, sensitive, sexy, tender, and warm. So obviously, there's enough qualities you can build on here to feel great about yourself. You don't need to. You don't need to mask the low self-esteem with this confabulation.
Yeah.
All these Sly Stallone things you could have done.
That's a little, like, weird that you would say that you shook Stallone's hand.
I ate a turkey that Paulie threw through the window on Christmas.
Yeah.
Burt Young drank and punched me in the balls when he came in to promote Rocky V. I plucked the hair off of Dolph Lundgren's scrotum when he was promoting the...
Wow. Why would you say that? To pump yourself up?
I don't know, because there's really nothing to, like, I'm just flat.
It's not exciting. You can't make it sound exciting enough that you work kind of behind the scenes at a radio show like this without having to embellish by saying that you're meeting people that never came in. I mean, you could talk about just the daily events of a radio show. That's kind of something people don't deal with on a daily basis.
And one more email before we move on, because we got Ryan Starr standing by. The internship at O&A is having its ups and downs. Last week, the talent, and you put talent in quotations. This is why I hate you, by the way.
Holy shit!
I don't like you whatsoever. I have no problem saying it to yourself.
All
right, let me see that.
I have no problem saying it to your face too.
Let me see the quotation.
It's no shock jock bit, by the way. It says, last week the talent, which is in quotation, spent 3 consecutive days ripping me apart on air for an average of 30 minutes on each occasion. I have no problem with that. I have thick skin and have had worse things happen in life, but the whole shock jock thing to me is a farce.
Oh boy.
Shock jock in quotation.
That was
fucko list.
That was a personal email to one of my professors who really changed my life.
You're evading the point here, which is talent, and the shock jock thing is.
Guys, you're taking it a little bit. You're being too sensitive.
Oh, I don't think so. Oh no, you're taking it very personally.
Blessed to be here.
What?
He's very blessed to be here.
Shut the.
That's my opinion.
No. Yeah. That's your opinion.
A little bit of an intellectual snob, isn't
full of
it?
your hemorrhoids.
So what do you mean by that, Adam?
Yeah, what do you mean?
We're shock jocks.
Explain.
That's what we are.
And quote unquote talent.
No, I was talking to my professor. We always send emails, and he was from New York, and he went to NYU, and
you send derogatory emails about us to him.
No,
that's a little.
I was just telling it like it was.
You don't like it was, but you don't agree that that's a little derogatory toward the show and the talent on the show.
I do. It is derogatory.
So you have a problem with this program and the perception that we are the talent and the whole shock jock genre. Even though this is satellite radio, we do have our fun and take our liberties with the language and freedom that we get, but we do discuss things that are important. And why do you feel it necessary to demean the program you're interning on?
I didn't mean to demean it. It was It was a private communique.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. Now it's not. Now it's not private.
I know.
It's public. And what you said on there is very telling. Wouldn't you say?
You don't like the show, Adam?
No, I like the show. I like some of the things you guys do. What appealed to me when I first interviewed for the show is that I'm kind of like the complete opposite of like everything that has to do with this show, and I thought it'd be an interesting experience.
But it hasn't been.
It's had its ups and downs.
Yeah. What are the downs?
Being called out,
what are the downs?
You didn't like being called out on the air.
Yeah, you didn't like spending 3 days ripping you apart.
No, I didn't.
The talent.
That's.
Yeah.
I know that's fine. I don't.
You
care.
haven't seen Downs.
Oh boy,
what's coming now?
Oh no.
Oh boy, these shock jocks could get some Downs going.
This
I don't have any problems with you guys tearing me down at all. What
do you think of Jimmy?
I think Jimmy.
Oh, wonderful!
Wow, that's an answer.
What can I say? I say hello to him in the morning, and
what do you think of Jimmy? You've never heard Jimmy? You've never heard his act? You've never heard him on the air?
I think you're a great comedian, and you you have a lot of a bright future ahead of you.
Thanks.
Thanks, guidance counselor.
All right, go get him, kid.
Thanks.
Well, why don't we just read Adam's ideal mate statement?
Hold on, I think we should finish dealing with this.
I think the good doctor's getting uncomfortable.
It's okay, Doc.
No, I'm not.
Why don't you whip out those balloons and calm everyone down?
This is good. You ever see the Russian police at work? They know how to work it. They bust into houses and start punching faces.
We're going to be waterboarding in minutes here.
See, the bottom line is a private communique. I don't know how it was made public, but it's almost like this is much less offense, but it's almost like if you fuck somebody's girlfriend and they only heard it because they planted a recording device. The guy goes, "You fucked my girlfriend." You go, "Yeah, but you weren't supposed to be taping."
Right.
I mean, technically, I wasn't supposed to be taping, but the reality is the reality. So now that it's out, that's the reality. That's the most honest communication you're going to get.
I'm not,
You're not a fan of the show.
I am. I've been listening.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Well, if you quote unquote talent, then you're making a point that we are not really talent to this person that you're writing to. It's like the talent,
I apologize for.
Well, there's no apologize.
No, you gotta stand by your words now. Don't apologize. You gotta be
that's backpedaling.
Be strong. Just say, guys, you are shock jocks, and you know that.
What do you like about the show then?
Yeah, what do you like about it?
I like the your guys' opinions on politics and the whole Don Imus thing and how Al Sharpton. He's basically a farce, and
so the shock jock thing is a farce. So we're basically in the same category of shock.
Yeah.
Hey, Don, are we legally allowed to fire him?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, those are the things you like. Some of the takes on race and stuff like that.
I enjoy your viewpoints on the topics on the news.
Remember, Dr. Z on Scoring. That's the book.
Well, she's covering up her boobs.
Just want to give a plug,
really uncomfortable.
so she feels a little better about it.
At all.
So what's his mission statement?
Going down in flames.
My ideal mate. When asked to pen a paragraph about my potential soulmate, I was confused and all at witter. I seriously don't know what constitutes the one. For myself, it's no secret that I'm a closet lunatic. I would enjoy the company of a young woman that keeps in shape and can put up with my various idiosyncrasies and absent-minded follies. It's smarts over looks, although looks do count. I like a gal who is outgoing, engaging, and has something interesting to add into my life. I need anyone who can get me out of my lifelong funk. He seems a bit depressed, actually. Somebody said about lifelong funk.
Depressed, yes, agreed with that. But also very disloyal. Because it's like this is the same shitty show that is giving you a tremendous amount of airtime being new to the show and putting you on with this 11, this beautiful author who's actually going to help you. We're goofing on it, but there is a legitimate help she's going to offer you. So these same scumbag, shock jock, lack of talents are the one who have been giving you airtime, which is why anybody interns for free. It is because they want experience and they want airtime. Nobody comes in here because they want to get coffee.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I flew my own way into Michigan to get interviewed here. I put a lot on the line. I went through fucking hell with my internship coordinator at MSU, who is a complete bitch, to get here. And I'm gonna keep showing up and giving my all. I fuck up on a daily basis, and I make mistakes, and I've made a huge one.
You're just a tool.
How about
just a tool?
What don't you like about the show? You listed all the terrific things about it.
Anybody have a
like?
chocolate strawberry that? What don't you like about the show, Adam?
I don't know. You guys are putting me in an
honest position. Let's just answer it honestly.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking for.
Just
the insults.
The insults and the insults.
That's not enough. That's too vague. That's too vague. It's a safe answer. The insult is safe. It's like saying, "Oh, I don't like cursing." What don't you like about the show? Be specific. You're not going to hurt my feelings, believe me, or anybody else.
Don't worry about it. Go ahead. Let it rip. Be honest.
Just I don't know. The environment is
hostile.
I've been I've been around the intern circle 3 times, and this is by far the most hostile environment. And like I have a target on my back every day, and it kind of sucks because people. It's just the environment does it for me because I don't know.
So when guys catch you,
you're not very good at expressing your emotions.
No,
you need to be a
not.
little more specific. Work on the words that describe your feelings.
But you come in and we ask you questions and you tell half truths about them and all these weird things, and we're like, well, how can we trust you around our stuff if you have how do you expect us to trust you? We're dicks for not trusting you when you.
We've got a double agent here.
No,
she knows something
Soviet
about
talk.
She knows something
KGB.
about double agents.
Of course she does.
And double D's.
Whoa!
Oh, the talent made a joke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did that upset you?
No.
What don't you like about the show? How about the environment? Be specific. You're not being specific. You're being safe.
The environment is one thing. That's a working environment. The show itself is where that talent thing comes in, where you put it in quotation marks.
Yeah.
That means you don't feel that the staff on the air is talented. What don't you like? What made you think that and want to tell somebody that the talent, as you see it, isn't really talented?
Well, no, you guys are talented.
Well, but there's a problem there. What is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you just don't fit in.
Say it.
But no, let's hear what he has to say.
Say what the problem is with the show that you don't like. What parts of the show?
I mean, I just don't. I don't know. I can't.
Yes, you can.
You guys blindsided me with that email, and
Just asking you for honesty.
I just don't have. I don't have a response. I was honestly blindsided by that email, and. You
didn't. Excuse my interruption. You didn't attack the environment. If he had said the environment's kind of aggressive,
I didn't say.
It was the show that you deemed,
and the shock jock thing's a farce. What's that mean?
The shock jock thing's a farce. Yeah. What did you mean by that? Be a little descriptive there.
I don't know.
You mean deep inside they're all sensitive and caring type of guys?
That's not what he meant, though.
No.
So it's all just an air they put on.
I like the doc because she's in very good shape, although there's a little codependency she has too. I kind of like watching this. There's an alcoholic in the childhood, which is now being rescued. That's what this is. Yeah. That's slightly, because she's
trying to be the diplomat.
She's almost flawless. You're like, oh, okay, she's human too. Yeah. She has that need to rescue. Or to just move on and plug.
It's painful to watch, you guys. It's like an inquisition. It's like KGB, you know?
Yes.
They're all like torturing this
But we're
guy.
asking the guy for honesty. We're not threatening him. We're not humiliating him. He said some shitty stuff behind.
Is that a gulag?
That he meant. He meant what he said. So we're asking simply for explanations. No one's berating him for it.
Why is he still in the room?
Well, no, what do you mean? I would like to know what he meant. I think it's a fair question, Adam. I don't think that's a horrible question. Well, it's funny, when I was walking out the other day after all that craziness on the air, I look up and go, good job today. That's what I say to you on the way out. Good job today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of like letting you know, like, it's in the theme of the show.
Yeah.
But I live under the bus, so I never feel bad throwing one of you guys.
I get that.
Yeah, you're not the only person that's been thrown under the bus.
I understand
Every
that.
single fucking person.
You post on message boards?
I'm sure he does.
No?
No.
Interesting.
I have a
Yeah, you got a name.
membership to the
Whack bag.
Yeah, but I don't post. I just
What's the name?
Intern Adam.
Intern Adam.
No posts.
Zero posts.
Zero posts. I just
Never posted.
No.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
And I just do it to observe the rundowns.
Just to lurk. A little lurking worm.
Don,
I like that.
Don's here. Why don't you go have the talk with him?
Well, we should finish.
The talk that happens from time to time.
Well, we didn't hear any real information here. I think it's fair.
Yeah, you're not being forthright with the information that you put in that letter.
Kenny is in studio.
Interrogator.
This is never good.
I think he's shut down now. You're not going to get anything more.
Yeah.
out of him.
Oh well. Kenny knows how to do it.
Kenny's
the equivalent of the most. Take the worst KGB agent that the other agents go, oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Kenny
Remove
is.
all moisture from his hair.
You better get topless because this is going to get ugly.
No, Kenny's very much a machine in the fact that he doesn't even make judgments. So just gets to the facts.
Kenny.
I walked in the middle of this. I wish I heard the whole thing. But the one thing I picked up on, you said you got a target on your back. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just I don't kind of fit in the environment. I try to be outgoing, and I'm very eager. And the first couple days, I know I had an indiscretion with you, and we got off on the wrong foot, and people kind of just saw this, and they're.
What was it, Adam? Can we ask you? I don't even know what that was. What was the indiscretion with Cat? I don't know what that was.
I got you the wrong apple. And I forgot to give Kenny the receipt and the penny back, and I said, and I came back. He was reading in the room. I came back and I go, hey, I'm sorry about the penny, and I patted him on the back, and he goes, for the penny or for interrupting me, or for touching me. And it was really awkward, and that was like my second day. And
well, the first day I gave you the flu, so you had a really good start. First day he walks in right after. Remember I came to work with the flu, and I'm basically bleeding from my eyes, my nose, my ears, and I don't have enough tissue, so I'm just wiping with my hands. And this kid comes in and shakes my hand right off the bat.
So just
so I go, now you got the flu.
I guess we're not going to find out why you don't like the show.
Yeah.
No,
he's just trying to play it many different ways, because obviously this person back in Michigan wouldn't like this type of show. So
no, it's well above
so
it.
So he's catering to his professor, he's catering to us, he's catering to the other, whatever's convenient for Adam.
Didn't take long for your lies to trip you up.
No one knows who the real Adam is, because he caters to everybody. He tries to cater to what we think we want from him on the air. He caters to the professor. You're a phony.
Didn't take long for your lies to unravel.
No, I'm not a phony.
Oh, complete phony.
No.
Yeah, you're a complete phony.
Yeah, the professor would not like this type of show, so of course you're going to write an email with like little shock jock and quotations and farce and all that, because that's what the professor needed to hear. He wouldn't like a show like this.
No, so that's your way of kissing up to him, and then you give us a line of shit, and oh, Adam.
Dr. Zio is almost a psychologist.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
We could do a lot of, exchanging of notes.
Well, I think I don't think he has a stable self-image, so
Not
it's
at
like
all.
he's vacillating. No. Like, do I like this show? Am I like this, or should I be like more like these other conservative folks? I mean, I think he's very confused. He doesn't have a stable self-image.
Adam, at this point, I don't like you. Opie hates you.
Yes.
Jimmy hates you.
Well, no, I don't. No, I really don't. I don't hate him because he gave me a compliment. The only thing I don't like about him is that he's not telling the truth.
Yeah, he's a phony.
I would like him. I don't care that you're weird. That's meaningless to me.
Yeah.
I know comedians are all fucking nuts. But my only problem with that is that I don't think he's forthcoming.
Yeah.
And in this environment, we're on the air, we try to be forthcoming, and I don't think he is. And that's what bothers me about him. It has nothing to do with him off the air.
Yeah, I can't be bothered with you because he's a phony and he just, you don't know who he is.
And let me tell you something.
Another guy that could, hate me, whatever.
Me not liking you.
No, I
That's one thing. Jimmy not liking you or saying you're not honest. That's another thing. Stuff. When Opie gets that gleam in his eye that he doesn't like you, people disappear. People disappear.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You hit the trifecta here, my friend.
I did.
You hit the fucking piss the staff off trifecta. I don't think anyone's ever done that. You know how hard it is to make me mad? E-Rock did it once.
So Anthony is almost impossible to make mad.
Impossible.
Unless you're black, then you just walk
Right.
in the door.
That
Unless
goes
you're
without
black,
saying.
voting for the presidency, right. Then it's easy.
Of course, everyone knows I'm a Nazi racist, but I'm lovable.
But
Talented.
All right, Sandy Kane, Jesus.
He's talented.
Why aren't you
And he's
naked
there in the
yet?
background. Oh, stop it! There's enough tragedy going on in this studio right now.
I think he goes back to coffee detail. Don't need
Yeah,
a
I want
coffee.
handling my beverage.
Oh,
I don't think
spit
so.
coffee detail.
Oh yeah, good point.
No.
Kenny, what do you need him to do in the mornings? Because he's not going to be on the air anymore.
Taste that nice booger flavor.
I think he should wait outside on the sidewalk and count taxi cabs going by.
Dr. Z, what do you think?
What do I think? What should we do with him?
Yeah, you've seen everything that's happened here.
I
What's your opinion?
I think because of this, Jimmy needs a bare bottom spanking.
Bare bottom spank.
Why?
You know what it is? I think you should. I think you should give him another chance. I really do, and then just put him to the test and see if he's strong enough to continue to function in this environment.
That's
knowing
just
that
how
he doesn't
Stalin
like
would
you.
have done it. Good. I'm sure he's proud.
My only problem with the doctor's advice is that in this environment,
King gets the
you
Stalin
have
joke.
to trust each
She
other. We
danced
all
for
get
him.
annoyed at each other,
Right.
but there has to be a trust. There has to be some kind of trust. And I don't feel that from him at all, because I don't
No.
sense that he likes me at all. And I'm certainly fine with that, but he wouldn't be honest about it.
But I don't
Hey guys,
really
do you really
interact
do you
with
really
at
want to
all.
be
I mean,
liked?
but on the air.
on the air?
Of course, by my coworkers, sure. Of course. I mean, as much as we talk shit, I like the guys that work here. We interact
I
together.
think he might be secretly jealous because you guys are successful, and there's
I'm
some.
not. I don't care about success. I don't care about money. I don't care. I don't really care.
Well, everybody cares about fame, popularity, and success.
You know
as
what?
much as you say you don't.
And you know what we do with people we have no use for anymore?
we
give
make him producer.
And that's how you executive produce.
You know, it's good to have.
Your line's better than mine. I was going to say that we give them to Ron and Fez.
That's true.
It's good to have a dissenter. I mean, it really is. You don't want all the conformists.
No, we want
around
yes
you.
men.
A dissenter's one thing, though, but a guy that trashes you for real and means it is different. Dissension is disagreement, or it's, I don't go for that. But this is, in a private email, the talent, shock jock, the farces.
Yeah.
This is a different vibe. This is an underhanded, I really don't like this.
No.
He's
thing
above this
vibe.
type of radio. He's above the type of humor that we enjoy and have. You're above that. You're a little high and mighty with that, and that's
Why
fine
don't you
and
guys
stuff.
ask some of the listeners what they think?
Oh boy!
No, we got to get to Ryan Starr.
Yeah, that would be
he's
something.
He's falling asleep over there. But hold on. This is what I don't like. I don't like people that have the opportunity to call you a dick or a douche, depending on what the D -- thing was.
What was the D -- thing?
I don't know. But, I'm just saying, like, you have a chance to call someone a dick or a douche to their face. Let's say it was, 4 or 5 months ago, and you happen to be on a sidewalk, and the person's right in front of you, and he has the perfect opportunity to actually, tell you off and call you a dick or a douche. Chooses not to at that occasion, and then maybe 4 or 5 months go by, and all of a sudden he says in an article that people aren't brave enough to call say, I don't know, me a dick or douche, or a douche to my face.
Right.
That's what I don't respect.
That's kind of the same thing.
Another piece of the puzzle, boys.
We don't have time to really ask the listeners, but there's a few up here. How do you find such douche interns? That's an example. I'm a former intern. Adam is a disgrace.
Ooh.
You're a disgrace to the regimen. And
you're a disgrace to the coffee getters.
I've never heard an exit interview before. What do you feel your chances are of coming back to the show after your ass leaves that seat?
I'm coming back Monday.
Oh, you are, huh?
Yeah, because I signed up, and it's till May 9th, and I'm going to keep showing up and doing what I'm doing every day.
Really?
See, the problem is, Adam, it makes it hard because again, it is a trust issue. That's all it is. It's almost like we're exposed here at work. This is our private, in a way, even though we're public people. Knowing that you're disliked, not on a level of like, maybe Sam made me angry.
My email was private to begin with,
right?
And I didn't mean it maliciously. I didn't mean it maliciously at all.
Very
I think
malicious.
you guys are fine.
Fine.
And the fact that your email's private, you're correct. And again, that's what we do to each other here. Somebody douche the email. It happens.
Like, and my professor, he taught an ethics class and everything, and we've had various conversations.
Fuck your
about
professor.
stuff.
He's a queer.
That's right. So the ethics class, though, I mean, maybe you're saying the ethics of privacy in email, but how about the ethics of honesty? As far as being honest with coworkers when they're asking you a question for real. I mean, that's an ethical thing, too, right? To be straightforward.
Yeah.
Got another Al Dukes.
I hope he ends up like your
Among us.
coach.
Oh, see, you pissed off Anthony.
I'm fucking mad.
And he's got
that was uncalled for, wasn't it? Go fuck yourself.
And he's got mafia ties too.
Anthony's never like this. Anthony
Never
is
like that.
very
I'm humble
easygoing.
and lovable, like underdog.
All right, can we?
Can we listen to some music?
What?
Can we listen to some music?
All right. God, play the music. I make me sexy. There he goes, walking off.
Make sure he's in the mailroom when we walk by from now on. Linger, linger.
There he goes.
Send them on the road with me.
Mm.
Use a roadie.
Yeah, you need a
Need to
roadie?
work, yeah.
Someone you could kick around?
Ryan Starr.
By the way, I'm fucking serious.
What?
He never gets my food anymore in the morning. I don't want fucking cream cheese and loogie on my bagel.
Oh, your mom's box, because he forgot to say it.
Yeah, he forgot to say that.
Ryan, this is what I need to tell you. We love you. That's why we squeezed you into this mess. We knew we were going to have a massively busy show today, but we figured we'd figure something out. So I apologize because he's been sitting out there for like two fucking hours.
We dicked you.
thanks for having me.
Sorry, man.
I got nowhere else to be on Valentine's Day.
You know,
guys.
I know you're a talent and all, but
I think the whole music thing is a farce.
By the way, for the people at home, quotes are going up in the air.
Yes, the quotes.
This Ryan Starr.
I know. The doc has great nipples.
She thinks she's smart.
Oh, she bugs me. She really is. She runs circles around in an argument.
Oh, I
Like,
know.
yeah, what about this? And she's like, "God, you have this psychosis."
You nailed it with the
She was
alcoholic
really good.
father, by the way.
I don't know about father, but somebody should know.
You got
A little
something that happened.
codependency.
What happened? Codependency, drugs, alcohol. What
No,
happened?
none of the above.
She has some codependency.
Yeah, something. You could get into her pants pretty easily. I'm thinking.
No, no. I don't think she'd fuck because of that. Would you? Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. Bailed me out of a bomb.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So Ryan Starr's in studio. I'm sorry, Ryan.
It's all good.
No, it's not. I can
It's
tell on
all
your
good.
face. I'm not stupid.
Dude, I've been a guest on many radio shows because I'm doing gigs and stuff. It does suck when you gotta wait. So apologies, because although I say sometimes you misinterpret. Like I was waiting for BJ Shea one time in Seattle, and I'm like, they made me wait a while. I'm like, he doesn't want me on the show, and then I wound up going in and doing 3 hours with him. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you misinterpret.
We didn't expect the Adam thing. We thought it'd be a quick, segment with the good doctor here.
You know, we didn't expect a Judas
Right.
in our
he is
midst.
a Judas.
A Judas in our midst.
It's all good except for waking up so early.
Yeah, I see, you could have slept.
This is the end for you.
Tell me about it.
So Ryan, what have you been up to, man?
Been since last I saw you guys, I was making a record out in L.A. for about a year, long time, making a good record, and it'll come out this spring. And I got this song on this "P.S. I Love You" soundtrack right now, so it's kind of like leaked out there early, something on the album. And
Wait, what's P.S. I Love You?
It's that it's actually. You know, I saw it. I figured it'd be like the chick flick of the century, you know, and it wound up being incredible. I really enjoyed it.
Who's in it?
Hilary Swank.
Is it out already?
All right, you know what? It's probably like it's like the tail end. It did fairly well.
She's
the soundtrack
cute, right?
did really well,
And
which is kind of cool.
And
so.
one of your songs is featured.
Yeah, they heard. I was
on,
still
man.
making the album, and the director came to the studio and heard a track, and
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Was it a chick flick?
More or
Sort
less,
of?
but it was really good. You know, I'm like Roland over here. I'm a chick flick fan. So, yeah.
Is that
what you're gonna
wait?
say?
Did Roland like
Fat with a big head.
was that
He
one
wrote
of
it.
was that one of Roland's movies he really liked? P.S. I Love You. Everyone's talking about this movie, right? Is that the chick flick you liked? That was about the musician and all that.
Oh, no, that was once.
By the way, don't try
once.
to analyze this mess, Dr. Z.
The guy from 300's in it.
Guy from 300.
Why would his mic be on?
I don't know.
In his Goonies T-shirt.
Roland,
Nice.
isn't the doctor? Is she not fantastic?
No, she is beautiful.
Roland, what's your favorite chick flick?
Probably Sleepless in Seattle.
Do you like Hitch?
Sleepless and
I did like Hitch.
Sleepless.
I did enjoy Hitch.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Which one are you seeing tonight for Valentine's Day?
The apartment had no leaks.
That's right.
Yeah, I enjoyed Hitch.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So very good.
That's all we need from you, Roland.
Yeah, get out, please.
Roland can stay. Can't he stay? I love Roland's presence.
No.
Roland,
No.
your underwear is hanging out of the back of your pants.
Kids all cock.
And above that, I don't even want to talk about it.
Why?
Because I saw ass crack and hair
And sweat.
and sweat.
Roland's a
And
nervous.
if I'm not going to sit here turned on like this.
All right.
See that? Goes left, all of a sudden it goes right.
Of course, zigging and zagging.
She's very uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable.
no,
She fits in well. I think she can hang with the boys.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a new job with you guys here, analyzing this dynamic. Interesting dynamic here.
That
Definitely.
could be.
Isn't it? You're probably trying to figure out each of our little
All
personalities.
right, wait.
and-
All right, she's been here 2 hours.
What did she think of
Before-
me?
Give us
Good idea.
Give us one sentence on us three, Jimmy,
As an
myself, and
interaction.
Yeah,
Anthony.
how do you see us? First impressions,
Yeah, first
but with your
impression.
professional abilities at reading people.
And please make sure you add the word adorable when you talk about me.
That's right.
Actually,
you're an
you are
adorable douchebag.
He's got a nice smile. He's a little bit sarcastic, but deep inside, sensitive. There's a sensitive quality.
you,
because
man.
you got really upset about this whole treason thing. You took that seriously. So you're like, there's like a
people have-
loyalty.
I have extreme loyalty, and people have a tendency to trash me after they leave the Opie and Anthony show. And yes, you read that perfectly.
There's like actually
perfectly, and these people forget what I've done for their fucking careers, and I'm not one to brag about it, but it's like, oh, whatever.
Actually,
She
I
nailed
think, I
it.
think
She
you actually,
fucking nailed
I think you
that.
actually
But
go
go
out
ahead.
of your way to help people. And
Thank
then
you. Thank you, good doc.
And you know what I'm wondering, this whole farce thing, I'm wondering if what he was trying to say, and now there was an element of jealousy and sarcasm. I think there's a definite jealousy there. I think, he's kind of like socially maladroit kind of guy, like having difficulties with women. And here you are, you're like popular, funny, and it's like he doesn't feel like he's fitting in.
I think he thinks
It's definitely jealousy.
I think he thinks he's better than us, and he can't believe that we're successful doing
but it's
what
a
we're doing.
self-defense kind of thing. It's like I gotta put them down in order to feel better, but deep inside he's got some.
He's hurt. All right, Johnny Cochran,
All right,
you don't
go
have
to
to sit
Anthony.
there and defend him.
Because now I'm
I'm not really defending him. I mean,
okay.
I do think he has an unstable self-image, which is, people don't like to be around somebody who doesn't know who he is. I mean, he's trying to be one person and he's trying to suck up to his professor.
Do you mind if I pee in a water bottle? Because I haven't leaked in 2 hours.
No, don't do that.
All
I'm
right.
here.
Move on to Anthony, because we got to get to Ryan
Hi.
Stark before noon. Jesus.
Anthony is he's a bit tougher than Opie. He's got a tougher shell. He is funny. He is you guys are a lot deeper than you try to be. You try to come across as shallow guys, but you're both a lot deeper.
Yeah, she kinda
God, I hate you.
Getting that.
Yeah, definitely.
I got to cover up.
Yeah, there's under
Feeling
this,
nude.
Under
I really
this kind
am,
of like
man.
tough exterior, there's definite there's a certain.
So you're calling us all pussies.
No, I'm not calling you pussy. I'm saying that you're trying to cover up. You have more substance than you want to project.
Wow. Okay. All right.
How
The
much do I
jig's
pay
up.
for this? Christ.
And
Fortune teller.
I won't say it.
Fortune teller. What else about
Oh, God.
Anthony?
I was just going to say something after the jig's up.
Were you done with that?
Yeah,
Make your own joke.
obviously it's hard. I mean, I've only seen you guys for an hour, but
Yeah.
but in this exchange, the way you handle this whole thing and how you got worked up about this thing. I mean, you expect like loyalty and appreciation, and I think you work hard, and there's a lot of you guys do have a ton of talent. You have and then
No quotes.
Yeah. So without the quotes. And
what about Jimmy Norton? Young James Norton.
Which, by the way, was Anthony's.
He is
Anthony
almost-
didn't want any more.
Oh my
attention
God!
on him.
Enough from me.
You don't want to tear away
but
those
the thing
layers.
is, he is the most guarded one.
Oh,
He's
fuck
got
yeah,
the
he
biggest
is.
guard of the three of you.
You are good.
Yeah.
I don't tell
he's
people
what we call
shit.
psychologically. He's armored. Armored. Psychological armor.
It's true. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
there are
so it's
very
take a
few
while to
people
get-
that I talk to intimately and that know me.
Yeah.
Ryan
You're
Starr,
right. You're right.
stop yawning.
Sorry,
You know how many
Ryan.
people
I
are
want the
listening right now?
analysis, too.
This one
We
just
held a
wears
huge
his heart
audience
on
for
his
you
sleeve.
today. Trust me on that.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah.
And wears his dick out his pants.
All right, Jimmy Norton.
Well, this one's the sweetest one. And look at the sweet eyes.
A
looking
sweet
up.
boy.
You
Wow,
are
he was
really
voted
sweet.
sweetest boy.
He certainly was voted
Somewhere,
sweetest boy.
sometime. I have no idea when.
And he just says, he wears his heart on his sleeve. He does. He just craves love and appreciation. And it's right
Wow.
there written all over him.
Thank you. Basically, he's a mushy fruit.
He's got a mushy
You're
quality.
needy.
He's got the melodramatic, sentimental quality.
do not.
I do not.
He's trying so desperately to cover up.
Wow, you are really.
I'm not sentimental,
good.
and I haven't felt that way since you first walked in. See that? I just make a good joke.
It's the poetry thing that did it.
That's right. I'm very good. I rhyme immediately.
Is this the fucking dating game?
I know.
You got to pick one.
I know.
We'll go to Puerto
one of these-
Vallarta.
Pick one of these jack-offs, and they'll take you for a burger, and then disappoint you sexually.
Stephen S. nailed it too. He goes, "Oh,
I bet you actually you try to please. You're kind of guy that actually tries to please a woman.
Yeah, with cash.
I'm a head freak.
Yeah, I do.
I really
he's a head
do.
freak. He
I
loves
could
to
tell.
get down in there."
Yeah, I could-
The plumper, the better. That's what my bumper sticker says.
I'm a fan of the car wash myself. Just going. All right. Stephen S. for Bayshore. Ope, does it disturb you when someone points out that they know you actually have a soul? Yes, it does. Steve.
You don't really want people knowing that.
No, not at all. You know, we were gonna just beat you up today, and you held your own. You did great.
Thanks.
You turned us.
Feel free to.
We were like,
we love you.
We were like a sexpert. But
now we're just gonna have to start like a big.
but we kept an open mind. We weren't going to go right at you. But then you were like interesting from the get go. So
It's very perceptive.
the book is Dr. Z on scoring, and that's also .com if you want to check it out online.
For her signing, she's terrific.
Yeah, Ryan Starr. I'm sorry. See, now she's reading us. You know.
And I'm going to be the next intern from now on. I'm taking on the Adams.
Are you sure all you want me to do is sit here naked? Yes, that's all you need to do.
That's all you need. Ryan, anything else? You just want to eat or sleep or something.
I got a big Valentine's Day planned. So
Yeah.
Oh,
gonna go.
was the lucky fella.
This guy I met on Craigslist,
All
Adam.
right.
Something.
Yeah,
I think
Adam,
he interns here.
Doctor,
No, just the
rocks your-
website rstar.net.
I got to ask
Rocks
Dr.
your
Z.
dreamboat.
I got to ask Dr. Z something.
rstar.net.
Yes. All right. So a guy like this, he's a rock star. You said he's good looking and stuff. How bummed would you be to find out like someone like him is gay?
It happens. A friend of mine just found out her husband, who was of 10 years, is gay.
What gave it away? His breath?
No.
I was kidding.
He's a politician in D.C. We're not going
Yeah,
to get into the details, and
Oh,
so it's going to
wow.
be dirty, messy divorce.
How old is he, would you say?
How old
Rough
is he?
guess, yeah.
He's about 45.
Okay, it's not Larry Craig
45.
then. He's older.
Do you hang
No,
out
he's
with a lot
not
of
well
politicians?
known, but...
Are you saying Obama? What?
Yes, he's
Why are you-
47. He's a
So
candidate.
she said it took her 2 days. Like it took her 2 days to recover. Like she said she couldn't eat
Only
or
2
sleep. She
days?
was like
10
absolutely
years.
stunned.
This
2
guy-
days. Jeez.
How'd she find out he was gay?
She she claims it was accidental, put in his hard drive, those exchangeable hard drives, and she found some gay porn, so she started to dig harder, and then she found all these exchanges, love letters. With the guy, she said, the guy's really hot. She goes, I would have loved to meet the guy he was dating, but they turned out to be gay, so.
But she wouldn't want to have sex with both of the guys,
No,
because
no,
that
no,
fantasy doesn't work both ways.
They'd be fighting over the
Doesn't-
ass.
There's a hilarious video I think it's up on break.com where it says every guy's fantasy, and he comes home from work. He doesn't know where his wife or girl. Have you seen this video?
No,
It's
no, no, no.
hilarious. He doesn't know where his wife or girlfriend is, and all of a sudden he starts wandering around the house, and he goes into the bathroom, and there's his chick in the bathtub getting soaped up by another woman. Every guy's fantasy, right? And then they flip
guys.
it, and then they have the girl coming home from work. And she doesn't know where her man is, and does the same scenario, walks into the bathroom, and there's her man in the bathtub getting soaked up by another guy.
My fantasy is definitely like that, the whole tub thing, but one of them is Andrea Yates, and then like, the other one is getting out of the tub like the lady from The Shining. I rip Danny's sweater and jerk off. Food, all right. Is it weird that I had two sisters one time?
Shaving
one
you.
sub. Oh, yes, they shaved my head and just slapped me in the face and did Make-A-Wish jokes. No, there was one who was very dominant, one was very submissive, and one was spitting in my face, and the other one I was pulling her hair. It was really one complete opposites, twins.
I thought she would keep wiping the spit off and going, "Stop it."
Yeah, but you cut that out. That's
the other
not
one
polite.
spits and
Thank you, Miss Manners.
God, it sounds really complicated. One's spitting, it's like
I know. One's doing this, I slap her on one.
Puh, she's sorry. Puh, she's sorry.
Yeah, Doc, I had a weird thing happen once too. I got summoned to a bathroom. True story. And there was a girl in there taking a bath, and I discovered she was completely naked, and I discovered that she had one arm. So I openly laughed and ran away. Is that bad?
Well, you mean this was the first time you saw her? Or
Yeah,
what?
it was like it went from just innocently just like hanging out, and then all of a sudden she like disappeared, and then like next thing
So did the arm.
You mean she was an amputee?
Yeah.
And so
She worked in Vegas.
But I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know, and it was made you really uncomfortable. So that was kind of a defensive reaction, was sort of to laugh it off and take
Yeah,
off.
and
You
then
know.
she yelled at me.
Yeah.
Naked.
Yeah, that's
she like chased me out naked, yelling and screaming at me. I'm like, look, I can't get over the fact you don't have an arm.
Yeah, that's
Where I thought there was an arm. It
was creepy. He was fucking the bad guy from The Fugitive in a tub.
I didn't even know she liked me that way, and I also didn't know she didn't have an arm. So very observant on my part.
How can you not know somebody doesn't have an arm? I'm just trying to figure out.
It happened to all of us because it was someone that was kind of hanging around the
That's right.
show that was working for a TV. Well,
you mean
whatever.
Had a prosthetic arm
She
that
was-
was
prosthetic.
really kind of plasticky, but we never noticed because we're so observant.
So it's in a bathtub. She didn't have the prosthetic one. She took it off.
Yeah, I guess it was time to. I don't know.
It was a
but
bit of a shock.
She was around the show in a professional way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then we all did not notice. We would make the worst witnesses.
It's true. She always little things like afterwards start telling you. Like, that's true.
I mean, Jimmy, he's got like attention to detail. I'm surprised he didn't
Well, you know what it was?
notice that.
None of us knew.
I suspected. I said, "Hey, how about we all play patty cakes?" But she faked a leg injury.
All right. Hey, Ryan, iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes. You can
Okay,
just
so you could get your stuff on. That's very
type
cool.
in Ryan Story. It's all there.
All right, I'm adding it to my iPod today.
I noticed she cried when I did. Here's the church. Here's the steeple.
All right,
Open the door. Only 4 people.
We're running out of show. They're going to turn off the computer. We didn't even take a break today, I don't think. Or one break. Hey, we got to get Tits My Party on the radio, please.
Hey, you want to see my pasties? I got Opie and Anthony
All right,
in my
yeah,
kids.
sure.
Oh my
All
God!
right,
you
take your
languish
tits
in
out, please.
redundancy. We got it. We saw them.
Stop the self-dialogue,
Oh
Jim.
my God! It's endless.
But you never know when you're going to light them up. You know?
Really?
No, we're not.
lighting my tits up in Cleveland.
No, we're not lighting your
Oh,
tits.
no, we can't.
No, I'm just saying
No, we don't
Cleveland. I'm
need
lighting
to.
them
All
up.
right, in
That's-
Cleveland.
Oh, you are.
That's cool.
This is my Opie and Anthony
Yeah,
pasties.
great.
And
Wonderful.
then she'll be in Chicago. Her tits are like Mrs. O'Leary's cow. All right. And I'll be in San Francisco at Cobb's Comedy Club tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday night.
I'm coming.
All right, we don't have time to do line of the day today.
Let's just forget line of the day.
We'll save it.
Just imagine we were really funny today.
Yeah, we had a big-
so many.
SkiColoradoNow.com for info on great deals in 26 world-class resorts and up to the minute snow conditions. Log on to SkiColoradoNow.com. That's for
Ron
the
and-
line of the day that we're not
Sorry.
doing. What?
Ron and Fez, noon to 3.
Oh, who gives a fuck about them?
Not
Ron and
me.
Fez do.
It was only a segue into Dr. Z on scoring. I think this is actually
okay.
really perceptive. It was
And
nice
you know
having
what? And Ron and Fez, lucky for them, they get another employee today. Yep. To add to the mess they got already.
That lineup.
We don't like them.
And you got a new intern.
They're on
well,
after
Dr.
us.
Z.
We despise them.
They all look like Dick Tracy villains. Just a bunch of creeps.
Dick Tracy villains, huh? Oh, gosh. With that goddamn camera.
Please love Opie
Jeez.
and Anthony.
Yeah, but we don't love your titties.
Very sexy way to wear your bra.
The slopperazzi.
It's great. Looks like you just bungee jumped.
It's my party and I'll fuck
Sandy, microphone. A microphone.
Yeah, you're
It's
kind of
my
mighty.
party and I'll fuck you if you want me.
She has the worst songs.
And she understands nothing about
Yeah.
show business.
No.
She was
No.
just singing into midair while people were talking.
Dr.
Good.
Z takes out her boobs and everyone just goes, bah. Sandy Kane takes them out and no one notices. It's really
So they're
embarrassing.
down to my waist. Wait till I get that doctor.
Yeah, all right.
Wait.
That's
wait.
like
we'll have to
Kevorkian.
before and after.
All right.
Dr. Kevorkian.
Let's play Sandy Kane Tits My Party as we get out of here for today.
Oh, great.
Dr. Z on scoring.com.
Thank you.
And we're going to have her back. Know what we're going to do with her? I was telling her during the break, Patrice O'Neill, and she has no idea, which is great, and Dr. Z going at it.
I bet you they'll agree with a lot. I bet you they'll agree on a lot
You
of
think?
stuff. Yes.
Patrice has just a great way of looking at relationships, women. I'm not saying I agree, but it's just really different and interesting. And I think you would have a lot of fun doing a show with him.
Picture
Yeah,
Cedric
we'll
the
do it soon.
Entertainer if he was broke and overcompensating.
Right. All right. Tits My Party, the great Sandy Kane, as we leave you today.
Which Sandy Kane?
The great.
Oh,
I
where's
love her.
she?